WIIFTBP and
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
Ladies Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Dress, looking fabulous, got my necktie, matching cufflinks, we so classy, tell me what you're drinking for, I'll pay this time, relax, unwind, it's about that time, see if your heart and love like mine, did it hurt you so bad, your love's unkind, I wanna see what you're feeling. Don't disguise your feelings. In the name of love, girl, you deserve a man that'll fight for ya, make everything alright for ya. You deserve a man that gave a chance. He wasn't a man. He don't understand that. You deserve a man. You deserve a man that'll fight for ya, make everything alright. You deserve a man. Boy, you gave a chance. He wasn't a man. He don't understand that. You deserve a man. We broke the ice. It's only right we keep dancing. When I pull you near, tell me what you want. I'll make it happen. Round two, my love. I ran the tab this time. Relax, unwind. It's about that time. See if your heart and love like mine. Did it hurt you so bad? Your love's mine. I wanna see what you're feeling. Yeah. Come on, don't disguise your feelings. You deserve a man that'll fight for you. Make everything alright for you. You deserve a man. Yeah. Whoa. He don't understand, baby. Yeah. You deserve no, we don't. No, we don't. You deserve a man. Yeah. Oh, he don't understand. He don't understand. He don't understand. You need a man.
Now the skies could fall, not even if my boss should call. The world, it seems so very small, 'cause nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even
See, I don't need no alcohol. Your love makes me feel 10 feet tall. Without it, I go through withdrawal. 'Cause nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even
these buildings can drift out to sea, a natural catastrophe, but there's no place I'd rather be, 'cause nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters.
You're part of my identity. I sometimes have a tendency to look at you religiously. Yeah, but nothing even matters to me.
Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. You won't find me at no store. I have no time for manicures. With you, it's never either or. 'Cause nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even Nothing even matters.
Now my team could score and make it to the Final Four. Just repossess my 4x4. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters no more. Nothing even matters, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing even matters to me. WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. In the building, my girl, Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, how you feeling today?
What up? It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday in the club on a Tuesday. Wasn't that a song? Wasn't that one of y'all whippersnapper songs from back in the day?
That was back
Blowing
in the day.
up on a Tuesday.
It's the club going up on a Tuesday.
That's what I've said.
You was close enough, I
I
guess.
be making my own songs up, just so y'all know. Blowing up
That was a hit.
on a Tuesday. I used to think I was the man. My daughter used to be like, Dad, if you
You heard about it
please-"
from Drake, right?
Who?
Drake.
Hey,
Or
man,
I
I'm
Love
from
Mo
Chicago.
Keenan. Which one?
I'm from Chicago, man.
What that mean?
I'm
Oh,
team,
you team.
I'm team Kanye, man. I'm with this what is it, United States versus Canada beef. I'm USA all day.
He Canada dry. That's what Common said. Common said that.
He said he Canada. Oh, Common got to be careful.
Why?
Common got to be, because they're Summer Jam Common. They'll put him with the crochet pants on TV. I'm gonna tell you. Check it out. Now, I ain't gonna even lie, because I'm from Chicago, so I'm Chicago. Well, Chicago, Bolingbrook, Chicago. Because by the way, did you hear David Morris planning on coming out to Bolingbrook this weekend so he could watch this Molly Whopping we finna put on Simeon?
Oh.
It ain't any Simeon.
What time the game start?
I think the game starts at 7.
Y'all tailgating?
We can't really. You know what? We should go out there and go pregame. You coming? We can pregame.
If we kicking it, I got to get I'm squeezing every bit of summer out of these last
Little bit.
Y'all wringing it out. Y'all wringing it out. You ever had to wring the
it
wash
on the side of the tub, Maze, to get all the water out, and I'm hanging it up.
So no dryer.
I'm wringing it.
Well, look, we going out to Bolingbrook on Friday night, so y'all can see how it's done. Now, if y'all want to come meet us out there, it's gonna be all good because I'm gonna have to pull out my high school jacket.
You got your Letterman jacket still?
Hey, yeah, it's a junior varsity though. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna have to
wear my KKK Letterman jacket.
You can't be wearing no KKK jackets in Bolingbrook. I'm sorry.
What you mean?
Because you was a 3-letter athlete.
Bolingbrook is the KKK.
No, that's Plainfield. Bolingbrook, we were always, because Plainfield was for all the black people that live there, Plainfield was one of the original sundown towns. I remember our coach used to be like, hey, y'all can go play 7-on-7, but y'all make sure y'all going by 5:30. He didn't even wait for 6. He was like, be out of there by 5:30. They literally had the clan, and now it's like all the people because Bolingbrook has gotten so expensive, you can get a really nice house in Plainfield, like a big old house. Yeah. Man, I'm going to just tell y'all though. So David Moore, he hit me back. Talk about, I was like, why don't you, because I sent him a text yesterday. He ain't called. I sent him a text like, hey, just so you know, we finna whoop. This is the revenge game. We finna whoop Simeon all up and down the field. So all y'all say, I hope Simeon, I might even go sit on the Simeon side.
In your Bolingbrook gear?
In my Bolingbrook gear. Just so I could.
See, that's how riots start.
Just so we can just be clear who is the best.
That's how riots start.
How's it a riot? You know what? That's
because they gonna start. They gonna pummel you.
They ain't gonna pummel me now.
It's gonna get serious.
Then they gonna find out about. Then they gonna find out about the suburbs. Long way away. It's a long way back to Cook County. I'm just telling you. First of all, I'm sure Simeon's players are gonna be in shock when they get off the bus, and they be like, "Wait a minute." What? First of all, they gonna be like, "Where is?" Wait.
Hopefully, they've Googled it and looked it up.
Because I'm telling you, they gonna be like, "This is the big stage." Now they used to it in basketball. I ain't gonna even front. But I just don't know if they ready for what we got. It's just a different. It's a
aight Maze, man.
Ruthie, I can't wait to talk smack to David Moore because David Moore was down in Simeon. He gonna have his Simeon jacket on. He gonna probably have his hat on. You think he
got his Letterman jacket?
I don't think he had a letter, but he got a jacket. Let David Moore play badminton. Come on now. I'm not.
They got academic letters.
What, like chess? Oh, you do get a chess letter.
They got academic letters. Don't do the academic letter, people.
Right. Well, he should go out there though. It'd be good for him to go out there and campaign though. He should shake some hands. If I was him, I'd bring my campaign squad. But hi, I'm David Moore, running for Secretary of State, and I know Mace. Because
they gonna be like from Bolingbrook.
But don't right they are. But don't be like don't wear that Simeon jacket though. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can wear it afterwards because we'll get you the sympathy vote. It'll get you the sympathy vote. Yeah, y'all, that's right. Twins. Everybody from Bolingbrook. We out this bad boy. We going.
Everybody from Bolingbrook.
Yeah. Okay. That's why you see everybody from Chicago not know where Bolingbrook at, because that's where they got to go to have their birthday parties.
Maze, if you ask the average person if they know anybody from Bolingbrook,
they'll say yes.
They're going to say Maze.
Right. I told you that's the point. But we got like NBA players, we got NFL players. Bolingbrook is like a churning out machine. We got WNBA stars. Come on, man. We done put it okay, Riis, I see you shaking. Who came from Prosser, dog? Exactly my point. All right, and Ruthie, you the star from Kankakee, so I ain't even tripping. You know what? So we got all the stars, the most famous people from all the high schools that we went to are all right in the studio.
Listen, hold on.
That's a fact.
Hold on.
For Prosser, it is.
You know what?
Don't do Kankakee High School.
I got a couple. It's a couple of people that's doing. I think the most famous
is
person
that dispatcher.
Nah is Dontario Washington probably right now on Baby, like for real.
On who?
On Baby, she know who he is, right?
He a
on
comedian.
Baby, he a comedian. So yeah, he about the most famous person so far from there.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just let this be. I ain't gonna even go
Just
here.
leave
Man.
the
I'm gonna just
lot.
let it.
Put it in the
part.
It's called put it in the parking lot.
No, Bolingbrook did not lose last year. It was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and not in football. Not in football. That's why I call this the revenge game. Like you might get us, and we were playing Simeon for the state championship in basketball, and we lost. And I told you, I feel like I'm responsible for that loss because I sat behind. I feel like Simeon basketball team could have cared less about Bolingbrook. They just wanted to beat me because I talked so much. I was literally right behind their bench. I wore one of the loudest jackets ever. Man, I mean, it was literally like, you know the guy Talon Horton, who now plays for the Lakers. He was on the team at the time. Like, I remember he dunked and literally walked up to me and was like, when they took over, it was terrible. But it's all good. And then when I was in the hotel, we all stayed in the same hotel. So it was like, I felt like Prince in Purple Rain. Oh, y'all wouldn't even know that part, so I'll leave it alone. All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show.
This girl name. Oh,
no, not that one. Okay. Now, of course, this is not Wednesday, Riis. Just hold fast. You only got one more day. One more day, okay? Before we got to put plastic on the chairs. Let us have our time. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie Moore in the building. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today, man?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest. How y'all doing out there today?
Oh, we're doing good. We all good, man. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So, Maze, Ruthie, look, I told you, Todd, Mondays. We can't even say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We be like, Todd on Monday, comma.
I know.
No, Monday and the possible.
It was good to see him.
It was good to see him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got to get this plane up. So let's do this. Let's take this thing up to 60,000 feet. Let's get it up, and away. Let me run through some of the headlines. Yesterday, first day of school. The children and the teachers returned, but the bus drivers apparently did not.
What's up? Why you what's up with that? Why you think they say they don't want to get vaccinated? Like, what you think going on?
Have you ever seen the bus drivers? No, I'm just playing. No, I mean, I think that 77 bus drivers said they didn't want to, and then I think okay, let's just be clear.
You think they got together and was like, we gonna do this? Or it was just like individual decisions that made a collective shortage?
I think it came from one company, so maybe. I'm not going to say it's just one company, because first of all, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but they're saying it's 77, but we were actually 400 bus drivers short. So we're almost 500 bus drivers short.
That's what I'm just
over
wondering.
the course. But I would tell you this.
Was it some organizing going on?
I don't know about the organizing. That's a good idea.
If it is, they keeping it quiet though, right?
But you know what else I'm gonna say? The you know how people was like, I'm not doing this job no more? Mm-hmm. Like if there's a job that I would be like, I ain't doing it no more, it's got to be a bus driver. Do you remember the bus driver? We gotta talk about the bus, riding the bus at 7:00, because I don't ever recall ever riding a school bus that the bus driver was not like, I'm gonna kill one of y'all one day. Ever. I mean,
that's Bolingbrook for you.
My bad, because the people on the bus were gonna kill you on whatever. CTA. But that's a whole nother story. We're gonna talk about this bus shortage because the mayor was like, you gotta have they demanded the bus drivers be vaccinated. Then her solution was Uber and Lyft, but they ain't got no vaccination. And I don't know how I would feel about putting my kindergartner in no Uber going to school. But you see how much money they giving, man. Not having a bus is a nice little hustle.
1,000 and then 500
a month.
Per month.
Hey man, shoot.
I mean, that would cover like more private transportation costs.
Sort of. That private transportation ain't no joke, but that's crazy. $1,500, $1,000 starter pack. Man, first of all, man, it's like CPS is like the lick right now. You get $500 a month for food. You get $500 a month now for transportation. Man.
You know, I think these are common sense, no-brainer things.
I don't want them white people up north getting that. Dang. Y'all be tripping, man. All right, Maze Jackson Show. Y'all just be getting everything away. We can't have nothing to ourselves. All right, did you see Hurricane Ida? power out. They said that the whole power tower fell into the ocean. 150-mile-an-hour winds. Like, I know this is going to sound... So, first of all, my thoughts and prayers go out to every single person that is living through that. They said it was more powerful than Katrina. Fortunately, they built the walls higher. They did not, though. It did not stop the wind from knocking the power grid into the ocean. And so they said it's going to be probably like 2 weeks without power. I was thinking, like, you got to hustle when you could get power, like you can run an extension cord. Mm-hmm. But when you can't run an extension cord, I can't imagine what it's got to be like for not like 1 day, but like 2 weeks. You can't plug your phone in.
And it's hot.
And you can't keep your meat. You got to barbecue every day. You got to figure out, I don't know.
Do something right.
Right. I mean, I guess ice is probably the number one commodity. Right? Think about how valuable ice has got to be right now. Anyway, I am looking for whoever is going to be sending clothes, stuff. I want to make sure we do it right. But I have a ton of clothes, so we were planning on giving them away. Man, Ruthie, they just played you. Not just played you because,
what?
Carrie just went straight through the closet. Like,
oh, again?
Yeah. She went straight through the closet.
The end of summer sweep happened?
Nah, that's like first of all, Carrie, that'd be like a quarter sweep. Because I'd be like, good God, how many boxes is it? But her mom is the number one supreme, like, finder of, and she'd be like, you need this. So anyway, if there's anybody that is organizing a care package or trucks, or we need to give food or not food, clothes, whatever, before I send them to Haiti, please let me know. I want to welcome everybody from WBGX 1570 AM for tuning in with us today. It's every day from 6:30 to 8 a.m. Along with, you can catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all the other places that are, all them social media platforms. We out here. We out here. Well. All right. How about this one? The Jacksons are starting to recover. Jesse Jackson is at the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab and Rehab after a bout with COVID, a breakthrough case of COVID, and his wife Jacqueline Jackson has just been moved from ICU to a regular room while she is still on oxygen. Let us keep praying for the Jacksons. 500 Afghan refugees are expected to settle here in Chicago. Can I just tell y'all something, though? Dick Durbin was like did you hear him on his speech?
Mm-mm.
He was like, time and time again, when they've proven that whenever we give them a chance, they not only survive, they thrive. And I was just thinking, man, we're going to have another group of...
Who is they?
The Afghan immigrants.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling y'all now, if y'all let the Afghans open up stores in our neighborhoods and come up, I swear to God, I'm not talking to none of y'all. If I'm telling you now, Ruthie, I'm telling you, if I see some Afghan corner stores, I'm snapping on everybody black person in this. I'm not talking to none of y'all, and I'm moving back to Bolingbrook. What, Riis?
Why? They can't be successful too?
That's why Riis be on Wednesdays. He ain't made the adaptation to the what's in it for the black people. They getting all the new stuff, Riis. They gonna come in here and they gonna be like, you know what?
How long we been here in America?
Riis. Oh, you think we should have already surpassed all of the ills, sir?
No,
is it our fault?
No, I don't believe, but I do believe that sometimes we use that as like a crutch or like an excuse. We don't want to. I feel like as a people we shouldn't. We angry because we didn't get nothing. So now we just want to just take everything. Like, oh man, they shouldn't get nothing too. Like,
I think we should give us ours first, and then I don't care about everybody else doing anything. Like, if you're gonna do all that, then give me mine. And I'm saying, like, if we don't believe that all of these people are benefiting from slavery, they've done a very good job.
For sure. For sure they have.
Okay, so catch me up. Just like you caught the the Japanese up. Catch me up like you caught the Jewish people up. Catch me up like you caught the Afghans up. Catch me up like they spend more money in Afghan. We got lead pipe. I bet they got better pipes in Afghanistan and Iraq than we do with our money. Don't tell me about and I'm not even gonna go with you, man. I'm not going. You young, man. You young. Nah. I would say that there are parts and pieces of me that do believe that to be successful, you're going to have to be black and be successful, you're going to have to work extra. You're going to have to go above and beyond, and it ain't going to be fair and it ain't going to be equal. But finally, by the time you get to the top of the pool, at least you'll be able to breathe. But yeah, everybody's not built the same. Some people got to get jobs. Some people got to build a business. Well, I see you poking your lips out. What's up? Come on, lip purser. I see you.
I mean, some of us could use some resettlement too.
Right. Dang.
We living in a war
zone.
zone.
They be dang. They
right.
Say, yeah. Ooh. What you ain't watch Snowfall, dog? You don't watch Snowfall? You don't learn these things?
Some resettlement.
But you know they do be resettling black people. It just be in
right?
Iowa.
Hey,
they be like Des Moines. You be like you go to Des Moines and you see like this whole gray population.
You know what? This times like this, like in America and being I consider myself to be a global citizen. So times like this make me realize how much of a lack of connection that black people have. Like, we ain't got nobody coming to Cape for us. Like, where our organizations? Some of us, we need some resettlement. We need all these wraparound services. We need our reparations. So when you see stuff like this happening and like the global response and a nationwide mobilization, it's just like, dang.
I was just gonna tell you, and guess who's doing the resettlement here?
Who is it, Maze?
Heartland Alliance. I told you. Didn't I say that when I said Heartland Alliance?
They equal opportunity.
Heartland be like, we getting this money. We'll take it. Right. Because they had remember Heartland had the little Latino, the people, right. They built it right in the middle of our neighborhood. They was like, they have every service available to them right here in the building. I remember somebody being like, yo, you putting trauma services for some people from Mexico in the neighborhood where it's the highest shooting. It's okay.
It's the grants game.
It's the best.
Somebody got to get the money.
Right. Just not the Negroes. Okay. How about this one? What y'all think about this? I think China is getting ready. Well, first of all, and I'm going to ask this in a little bit. Did y'all see China is saying that all of their kids now can only play video games for 3 hours a week? Mm-hmm. They can monitor.
Like holidays.
3 hours a week.
You got to register with your ID number.
Is that you really?
3
hours a week. So 3 hours a week, man. That's crazy. Well, not actually. I think it's actually kind of dope. It's like they taking care of the parenting that some parents need here.
But if you see how they kind of recognizing like the detriment.
I'm saying we don't though. We say everything is good for us. China is also. You see, they having masculine classes now.
Mm-hmm.
China is like we getting ready to be the dominant force, and we can't be having like girly boys. So they like tired of the K-pop and all the.
They ain't
so it's
playing.
like
they trying to have a cultural revolution.
Right, they trying to have men. They don't want the women to be bigger than the men.
China is definitely one of the biggest threats to America.
They in the gym. China is in the gym right now.
In the gym? No, they more like they
out the gym.
No, they done probably. Never mind.
Go ahead, say it.
They hacking and probably figured out how to build a robot so that they ain't got to be in the gym.
Man, did you see that video of them robots doing them flips and stuff with the guns?
China is one of the biggest threats to America. And if you look at how they have ties to Mexico,
and if
which
you
is
look
run
at how
by a certain type of organization,
I've been seeing that too.
It's over with.
Did you see they was putting up the stories about the Chinese money launderers now with the cartels?
The drug trade, and we share borders with Mexico. So what else is another threat to America? Mexico.
Don't.
And we ain't even say the R word, which is Russia.
I ain't in it. I'm just telling
you.
Okay,
we got a peep game.
Ruthie, you don't be cheating. You on the top of the fold or the bottom of the fold? You on the top of the fold?
Yep.
Oh,
What
okay.
you got? We talking about global.
Yeah.
Oh my Maze! I did not even look at that.
See, look at that.
I told you I'm a global citizen.
Okay, well, you gonna need to be one soon, because
We
here
gotta
in
get
America,
up out
we getting ready to get jacked. How about this one? Did you see the judge reversed his decision, but he had denied a mother access to her child based on the fact that she was not vaccinated? So not child support. Well, in child support,
Visitation something.
Visitation rights. He denied a mom visitation rights of a child because she was unvaccinated. He had to reverse the decision. That's gonna be there's just a lot of stuff that's gonna be twisted up in this whole process. And here's another one, Ruthie, that as soon as I saw it, I thought about you. Did you see DuPage Medical Group? They had a data breach of 600,000 people.
What?
And I was like, DuPage, your medical health, because they getting ready to be taking all y'all vaccination records and being like, I'm such and such.
Who breached it?
I don't know, Ruthie. You go look it up. The beach cop is now on desk duty.
The beach cop.
Yeah, the beach cop. The beach cop that was assaulted the girl.
The
yesterday.
white shirt.
He wasn't in a white shirt.
He wasn't a white shirt?
No. Was he a white shirt? If he was
I thought he was.
No, he's a blue shirt. And then the last troops leave Afghanistan. Look, I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to do some news, traffic, and weather very quickly, and then we'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:41 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, weather, and traffic update. No Chicago sports yesterday, so we're going straight on to traffic. On the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop was 21 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 17. On the Eden inbound from Deerfield till Exchange 28. Exchange to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 32. Outbound will be 27. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 29 minutes. Outbound will be 34. Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 36 minutes. Back out will be 30. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson to 55th is 7 minutes. On the north side of things, from Randolph to Bryn Mawr, as well as Bryn Mawr to Randolph is 8 minutes. Today's weather is currently 70. Today will be a high of 81 and a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler, and I hope everybody is ready this morning.
Shall
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore, and DJ Riis, better known as DJ Ready. Party in the front. Oh, what is it? Business in the back, in the front, party in the back. DJ Riis the Ruler taking us to church on a Tuesday morning. You know, I think I'm starting to feel like Reese's favorite show might be Church Chicago. I'm starting to feel like, you know, he be sinning on Wednesday. I think Riis might be in the deacon board. I think Riis might be the deacon.
All sin is equal, Riis.
No, it ain't.
That's what they say.
That's not.
That's what they say.
So when you kill somebody, it's the same.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
That's what it say in the Bible.
That's what the Bible say. Look at you. Want to follow the Bible when it's convenient.
You just got to be ready, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all do make sure y'all check out Church Chicago on Sundays at, 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. They do their thing. I really actually enjoy them. I enjoy, I went to church as a kid, so I love me some, and they don't be playing all that newfangled Kurt Franklin, step up, stomp, Jesus, yeah, hell.
That ain't even
the
new.
rapper.
That ain't even new no more.
The rapper church. They don't be doing the rapper church music. They be doing the, like the motherboard, like the lady with the wig. You know how it's a lady with a wig who can sing her butt off though. She be, she, in the pastor be trying to get the mic back from her, and she won't, and the pastor be like, all right, you had your solo. She been practicing her solo for 2 weeks. That's the music they play. Like when it's a big old choir, not like the 4-man choir. They got like the mass choir. That's what I like. So I like the old, the old good old stuff. All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie, yesterday, the picture, the iconic picture from Afghanistan withdrawal was the general leaving and boarding the plane and getting up out of there, right? And it's like, we are officially out of Afghanistan. I think we're going to probably drop a couple more bombs on them on the way out. You know what I'm saying? And get on up out of there. They say Afghanistan is the place where empires go to die. Great Britain went there and fought and lost and drained all of their country's resources. And now they're not really Great Britain anymore. They're like Britain. Then Russia. I remember all through my high school and like when the movie Red Dawn and all that stuff was going on, and Rambo went to Afghanistan to fight the Russians and all that stuff. And Russia pulled out after years and years, and it was during that time that they fell off. And now here we are pulling out of Afghanistan after 20 years of what? Now 20 years, y'all. Do y'all understand? Yeah. 20 years means 2001, like the turn of the century type joint. We've been in this war, the longest war we've ever been in. And Ruthie, something about us leaving just felt like America is not the America that I grew up with. Like the America the great, like America the strong, like I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, like And I was gonna say, has America fallen off? The social media question of the day is, has America fallen off?
The social media question of the day.
Hey, dog, you supposed to be ready. You supposed to be like, hey, Maze, I got something for you. You're not supposed to do it over my voice, right? See how you do me? See, Reis? Reis reproducing the show. He looked at me like, dog, you ain't going to say with a big voice?
Right.
I forgot, dog. Okay, I'm human. I forgot. Sorry. Reis, give me the big voice, man, one more time. See? Got to be ready. See? Got to be ready so you stay ready. Now, the big voice, Reis.
Time for the social media question of the day.
Ruthie, has America fallen off? I was going to say we used to be undisputed. I felt like in growing up, I thought America was the greatest thing, the greatest country in the world. I still think, because I've never lived anywhere else, and I've been to some places, and I'd be like, nice to visit, but I'm ready to go home. That could just be I'm just what I'm used to. But the premise that I've always felt like is most of the times I'm like, whew, glad we ain't got to deal with that. I remember going to Paris, France, and being excited because I was like, this is where black people was free. And then I got off the subway, and the cops was like, because I was dark-skinned, they was like, where you going? And they hit me up, and then when I showed them my American ID, then they was like, all good. I remember going to the club in Paris in Black Fashion Week, and they had rented out the biggest club on the Champs-Élysées or whatever the name of that street is.
Mm-hmm.
And all the black, like it was Fashion Week for Paris was the week before, and then they had Black Fashion Week, and it was these Senegalese rich. I mean, I'm talking about they was rich. They threw this Fashion Week fashion show. It was crazy. I'd never seen like naked people wrapped in saran wrap and everything. It was just like some stuff you would see on TV. It was like, wait, you really gonna wear that outside? Anyway, I remember I kept being invited to the after party. They had rented out the biggest club on the Champs-Élysées or whatever the name of the street is. And they got to the club, and when the owners, the promoters found out that they were black, he didn't let them in. And so they turned away all the models, everybody. And it was just like, dang, it's racism everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, has America fallen off? In my eyes, I feel like the peak of Americanism in my life was 9/11. Because when 9/11 happened, I felt like everybody in the country that was an adult was an American. Like there wasn't really, like I feel like people was walking down the street like with a tear in their eye. Mm-hmm. And they was like, we're going to get those whoever's. And it was like, everybody was like, yo, I'm not even lie to y'all. I felt like if I didn't want to go over to the war, but if it wasn't for war, I would have been in the army. Mm. Like, I felt like, man, I want to do my part. But I think that was the peak of Americanism to me in my life. And from there, Ruthie, it's all been downhill. I feel like we had the Bush years, right? So that was remember, because we were all torn up over the hanging shads, and from Bill Clinton to, you might have been too young for all of this. But Bill Clinton, we went from Bill Clinton, where America was supposed to be super great, and he was having a great economics, and then it was going to be Al Gore, and Al Gore got swiped, and he punked out. George Bush became, and there was like this fight about America, and they had the big explosion, and it made America come together. Mm-hmm. And then Bush and them kicked off the Iraq-Afghanistan war, which was the longest war ever. But the thing that happened in that same time was, remember, we were so happy to get rid of Bush that America elected Barack Obama, and we thought that we were going to be post-racial America. And then that's when it really became extra fractured America, right? Because the white people was saying the Tea Party was all mad about taxes, but they was really mad about the black person being and they used taxes, and then they just finally just ripped off the mask and became like this ninja. Then I thought about the number of black deaths that we started to see during the Obama era via video, starting with Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, and just all of those different things that just started to explode the United States from internally. Then I thought about the influx of immigration, and I think about how like Germany and all those countries talked about immigration really destroyed their countries because they flooded their marketplaces with people who didn't share their common beliefs, right? Which probably were rooted in white supremacy and all type of stuff, but sort of your country story. Then, Ruthie, I think about the Trump years, which was a actual backlash to the Obama. Like I always talk about this rubber band that's gonna snap. I feel like the Trump was the snapback of the rubber band from Obama-ness. But at that point, America inside had a fissure that I don't know anybody's ever been able to close. Then you think about during the Trump years, we saw the rise of like the open white supremacy. At the same time, we saw the murder of George Floyd. And the country went up and the schism was there. And I don't know that since then, I feel like, you know how I talk about internal and external problems for black community? I think that America is going through that right now. I don't think that Americans believe in America anymore.
I think it was always an illusion.
Right.
Because, you know, as black people, we never got to participate in it in the way that it was presented.
I think we accepted our second place status and made the best of it. Or third place status and made the best of it.
Agreed. Unfortunately, I do agree with you. But I think that what they say America is a big experiment anyway.
Is the experiment failing?
I think it's hard because we got to kind of talk about like two different Americas in a sense. Like I think the white people illusionary pledge allegiance, fly the jets during the NFL, like that's one aspect of America that I think as a black person, like sometimes those things can get you, because when you're young, you know, you stand up for the pledge, you do all the things that you patriotic, then you really find out your position in society, and it's like, whoa, hold on. And I think a lot of black people, we have such I'm just gonna say like a love-hate relationship with the illusion of America.
That's as Chris Rock described it, it's like the uncle who paid for college, but he molested you the whole way through. That is essentially our existence in America. But I think it's now, Ruthie, beyond black people. Right?
Well,
like,
I think I feel like right now what America and some of the people in America are doing is what black people been doing, what we've been trying to do. Like we've been resisting and we've been protesting and we've been talking about how these systems impact us. But it's like when COVID hit and everybody got them checks, it was like, are y'all serious? Like black people, we've been needing this type of reprieve. Like we've been needing infusions of these resources that y'all got. We've been needing like healthcare, like en masse, like. So it's just kind of like, okay, so now because America is crumbling and the illusion is crumbling, y'all can now try to right some of these systems. Everybody's talking about economic disparity and like the gap between the uber wealthy and then like the quote unquote illusion of the middle class and then everybody else. So it's like we've been talking about these things. So I think it's kind of like black people now. We kind of like sitting back like we told y'all. This been happening. And
so I get that part. So is it happening now to white America?
Yes.
And
it's happening to everybody, to everybody, to the average, everyday
What's
American.
happening to them, in your mind?
I think they're realizing that ish ain't sweet.
See,
ish ain't sweet. Them riots, ish ain't sweet.
See, I feel like the riots was the white folks trying to get outside. Just a little bit.
But remember, that was off of... don't forget the blackness that was happening during all of that. The white people was just yelling out Black Lives Matter while they was spray painting stuff, but that had undertones. Like it got co-opted. The movement was hijacked, co-opted, all of those things. But let's not forget that a lot of that stuff is from our pain. Like America built itself up off of our pain, and then everybody got the benefit. Everybody still get the benefit. Like, if we get universal basic income, black people are going to go crazy because it ain't nothing but reparations for everybody.
You think they're going to go crazy in a bad way?
Oh, man, we black people, we should set it off.
If they give universal, so if we all benefit from it, I mean, but that sounds like saying we should be upset with Obamacare then.
Why you say that?
Because everybody got it.
See, I think healthcare. See, I think healthcare is like a right. So I'm kind of for universal healthcare.
I'm with that. I'm for the universal healthcare, but I'm saying, like, I feel like universal basic income. I mean, if you got a check, wouldn't that be good? You want more than everybody else?
Come on, you already know.
Riis,
I want reparations.
Riis, what you think, man?
I'm not gonna say no more colonists answer. So I'm whatever y'all say.
Look,
Yes,
Reis.
I believe
Look
the
at
black
Reis.
people should get it first.
She gonna
y'all.
turn his
Forget
camera
all
off
them other
again,
people.
y'all.
Forget all them other people.
Reis finna turn his camera off, y'all.
Your opinions are valued.
Yeah,
Reis.
man. Reis, it's like this is the whole place where you get to share different opinions. You know, you be reading them comments. Them comments, you can't let
I like the comments. I be joking around with them.
I'm saying, but Reis, you think you think black people deserve reparations?
Of course, but I just don't believe that we should be waiting on reparation. You know,
I'm with you on that.
Deserve it. Yes. Are we gonna get it? So are we gonna sit there and wait for it and then say, oh, we ain't got it? Like if somebody tell you that they're gonna do something for you and they never do it, are you gonna wait until they do it, or are you gonna say, what, you know what? I'm doing it myself. Like the great Mays Jackson say, don't put your fate in nobody else's hands.
See, Reis, and I like how you described the Mays Jackson too. See, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Now, Reis, I think that's. Can I tell you something though? I think, and I don't know how to convey that. I'm glad you said that, right? Like, I'm through waiting on America to be fair for me. So I'm not going to wait. Like, I ain't gonna starve waiting for America to be fair for me. I'm about to get my hustle on. Now, I'm going to get my hustle on. I'm going to hustle with my people, but we going to eat. We starving is not an option. You can call it capitalist, you can call it whatever it is. There are the hunters and there are the hunted. There are the foragers. Look, yo, we eating steak around these parts. However we got to do it. Not at the expense of our people, though. And that is where I think the difference is. I think ideally my goal is that we could hustle together with our people and build our own space. Because I feel like when you see them millions and billions moving around, like I swear to God, some places where I sit, you watch the amount of black people walking in and out of these white folks and Arab stores, and they just cleaning it. Like, you be like, dang. And then you go drive out to Palos. And you be like, black people built this. Black people pay for this. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get some news, traffic, and weather. We're going to even get a song in. And then we will be back. Maze, Ruthie, and DJ Reis.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:03 a.m. And I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports weather and traffic update. On the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is up to 38 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 24 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 38. Back out to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 48 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 33. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 45 minutes. Outbound will be 34. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 53. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. DeSable Lakeshore Drive south and north are all locked in at 8 minutes. That's 55th to Jackson as well as Jackson to 55th. Bryn to Randolph and Randolph to Bryn Mawr. Today's weather is 70 and mostly sunny. Today will be a high of 81 and a low of 68. I'm Reese the Ruler. Now here's Sparkle with Ease.
You
see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy, you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve wrong. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forward, about who not. Just green light, all the black economy. Then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided we fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' make it.
What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? Lies being heard before. You gotta do more than listen.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. DJ Riis, the ruler. Hey, y'all. That was the, Riis was looking at me like, hey, dog, what you doing, man? Because, you know, usually we cut it off at the, after the first verse. Ooh, hey, man, let Remy get his shine. You know what I'm saying? I like the song. I really actually like, we got to get Young Sage in the building and start recording us some. I wanted to sing, it's the Maze Jackson Morning Show.
Like Tom Joyner?
No.
I'm sorry. The way you sung it was Tom Joyner-ish. Like, we don't want that. You got to get something unique. I'm trying to help you out, boss. That's it, man. That's it.
Thanks, Riis. I appreciate you. I was just, Maze Jackson Show. However we do it. I want some what's in it for me? What's in it for you? Man, when they did that live, though, I ain't gonna even lie. That was super dope. That was super dope when they did that live. I was waiting on Loch Ness Monster. He talked about, man, I gotta go to the doctor. Man, how you gonna go to the doctor? We had a starring performance for you. Meanwhile, at the Dawn Show, everybody was there. That was like,
Usher was there.
Right.
Genuine.
She had everybody.
And then R. Kelly come on out.
No, she didn't have R. Kelly. It was too, the age group was just a little too old for R. Kelly. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about that today a little bit too. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Yeah, look, Riis getting mad already. Leave R. Kelly alone. Riis got a free R. Kelly t-shirt.
Oh my goodness. Maybe he just sleep in it.
You better not sleep in it. Now, if you sleep in a t-shirt, I'm not even gonna go here. This is not Wednesday. We are not going here because I don't even want to know what Riis pajamas look like.
Pajamas.
Oh no, that's enough. All right, y'all. So when did America fall off? Or did it fall off? Do you think it's fallen off? Do you think America is like the world's most dominant superpower still? I think every great empire falls, but I do think America is now suffering from internal cancer.
Well, remember, some of that was also, some of those seeds of discord were fanned through, international means. Don't forget.
How?
It was psychological warfare. Remember how Russia infiltrated a lot of the social media accounts and was, fanning those flames of discord that exist.
You believe that?
Yes. Yeah. What? Yes. This is on record. This is documented. This is a thing that happened. But I mean, it was an interesting exploitation. It just kind of shows you how psychological warfare works in terms of media manipulation and social media manipulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think and so do you think what do you think it exploited? Do you think it was race based? Do you think it they think they used the underlying racial?
They used the Donald Trump atmosphere.
Now, they used the Donald Trump atmosphere. Let me ask a question. What do you think was the genesis of it? Do you think Obama was the catalyst for striking the match? Straight up, like I think it was always a smoldering fire. I feel like Obama was like, oh no. They was like, oh hell no.
I think globally, people look for ways to exploit weaknesses within what they would deem to be the American empire. And at this particular juncture, I think, again, remember, China on the come up, Russia on the come up. They smell blood in the water. They thought Trump, remember, that was this candidate, because they knew that, he'd be a little more friendly with them or whatever. And I think they used that as an opportunity to continuously weaken America. And then you fast forward, and I don't know about the origins of the Rona. You know how you got to talk in code nowadays, right? I don't know about the origins of the Rona, but if I was China, it seemed like a really good time to introduce some bio warfare when you got the great American empire up on the ropes. So combine that with Russia, and I'm trying to tell y'all, China, Russia, Mexico, the biggest threats to America right now. Is America weak? No. You know why we ain't weak? Because we still have our technology is still a little bit better than everybody else's. But
even better than China?
But hold on. But remember, the whole thing about China is they stealing it. So all our best stuff we send to China to replicate, and they be like, so no, not we send to China. I'm just speaking frankly. America does not do a good job of educating the young people and its citizens to be able to function in some of these tech roles. So we outsource way too much of a lot of this proprietary stuff, because remember, the military contracts and stuff, a lot of that be private and university research based that end up being like the top military technology. But if you importing the students internationally, what you think gonna happen with all of this proprietary technology is gonna be in the hands of these other countries. So America has to reimagine these school systems. Like, that's number one.
Well, just think about that. When you talk about that, it's funny you say that, because I remember they were just saying how it's not a friendly environment for Illinois students to go to U of I sometimes, because they get more money from the Chinese students who are willing to pay full price, who then bounce out.
But see, come
on, tell me. Don't be
I'm just saying it's a problem. But see, when you talk about stuff from this perspective, then you can be labeled to be
racist.
Oh, you xenophobic. Oh, you anti-Afghan. Like, I don't know what they call it if you
Afghani.
You. So it's kind of hard to have these types of conversations without seeming. It seemed like they discriminatory. And so if you say, like, you know what, I'm close the borders, build a wall, it's like you can't really. Sometimes it's hard to engage in these conversations without people being offended. But if you really look at these universities, like,
just think the China people was trying to sue to keep us out of school too. They was like, the Chinese people was like, we are discriminated against at Harvard, and they was the leading lawsuit against letting us come.
But yeah, exactly right. They did file a lawsuit. But also, if you really peep game, like, we on the downward spiral, because we have allowed, like, for so many years, like, it's just over with now, because the way that America has been functioning and working is importing these students for many, 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 many years. Most of the times when we hear about like espionage and things like that, who would normally be? It normally be like Asian students or Asian people who secretly still working for the Chinese Communist Party, because guess what? That's their culture. So if you gon', literally from when they young, they be sending people over,
Ruthie,
to infiltrate.
You should watch did y'all watch the thing on HBO about Every Breath? Let me get your log. I'm gonna let you get my log in so you can check it out. But they were talking about how the Chinese, man, you gotta watch it, because I don't even want to start talking about the old Rona, because then the next thing you know. But boy,
we down bad, y'all.
I think,
and let me just say this, and then I'll get off of it. When you look at who they're classifying as like black hires within medicine, business, technology, they look black, and I just leave it right there. So internationally, we a little down, because now it ain't just first generation. These people kids and their grandkids who are American citizens who got dual language, dual cultures.
And
so I'm telling you, like, it's over with. They ain't first generation no more. These ain't immigrants no more, y'all. These is first,
they
second,
are part
third
of the people
generation
who was on that list of 50 organizations that created the office. Can I tell you, who don't consider themselves us? You want to know? Ruthie speaking in code, but y'all should watch. Y'all should watch the Yvonne Orji special. Do you know Yvonne Orji? She's the comedian, the girlfriend of she. First of all, she was in the Vacation Friends, the thing that Lil Rel just did. She was his wife, but she also is Issa Rae's best friend in Insecure.
Oh yeah.
She's a stand-up comedian.
Man, named Molly or something on the show.
Molly, right? And Molly on the show is us, right? But if you watch the special, she told you what her mama said about us. It was and everybody was ha. I was like, but we finna be all. They don't love us, yo. They don't. It was that. You should watch that Yvonne Orji special before y'all start getting mad at Ruthie, because I didn't say it. All right, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Riis the ruler. Hey, y'all. Riis, let's open up the phone lines. Anybody call? Y'all got any questions? Y'all want to call, talk about the social media question today? Good. I want to talk about first day of school yesterday. Ruthie, it was the first day of school yesterday, and can I tell y'all, I must tell y'all how nice it was to see all y'all kids' pictures of their first day of school with their little masks on and just being all prepared. And I'm not going to lie, I used to love the first day of school. And I love, I'm not going to say I miss that interaction of the kids going to school the first day, etc. First time, it was, this is the first time CPS has been back before Labor Day. I want to know, how did the first day of school go for you? Did you feel like your school was safe? Did you feel like they were well prepared and ready to receive the children? Were your children ready to go back to school? Right? Did they fake like they didn't want to go when they saw their friends? They was like, what was the return to 5-day-a-week school like for you yesterday? Ruthie? The Delta variant, I feel like it was this, maybe it wasn't just a few months ago when I felt like we were being told that everything was all good. You know, we had beat Corona and everything was done. And now it seems like we're on the uptick. You look down south everywhere, the hospitals are starting to fill up, which is the number you told us to watch. You said, don't worry about the positivity. Look at the hospital rates. We saw Houston just shut down their school system for a week to get a hold of coronavirus. We went back to school yesterday. My son went back 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any? I was listening to a lot of interviews, and parents had trepidation about sending their school back, but they were also feeling like it was a cost-benefit analysis, and all things, they'd rather take their risk with the virus and send their kids back to school. I think that's the calculation that a lot of parents have made, because I think if you have children, you can see the draining of them physically and like socially by being isolated. So I'm curious to know, were you happy to go back? Did you send your kids back to school? What were your thoughts? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. A lot of the information that we're being given is rapidly changing. CPS said, CTU said they weren't ready to go back. They didn't feel like the mitigations, because if you think about it, some of the standards that we set during the strike, or not during the strike, but to go back to school, we're way over those numbers now. Mm-hmm. We've changed a lot of the rules. The rules have changed. And I feel like I don't know how to explain it to you, Ruthie. So I'm curious. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Parents, if you could have kept your children home, would you have? Why you laughing, Ruthie?
I know some parents, they threw them kids out the car.
Right, they was
it was still moving.
I was listening to some people like, yo, man, talk to me. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Would you have kept your kids home if you could have? Ruthie, talk to me.
You know, it was nice to see the kids going to school. It was nice. But you know, and I know that young people need to be kind of in school. I think part of the thing I struggle with is that this goes against everything that it goes against science. And so it's just interesting. I do think it's like it is an experiment, and we just gonna have to see what happens. And I think a lot of it's gonna be like just kind of case by case. I hope that people just stop kind of saying stuff as facts and just be like, okay, we don't know. Like, but the challenge, I think, is how do you put parameters in place for things that you don't really know or don't understand? So I know they got air filters in all the schools, or air purifier, whatever you want to call it.
But didn't they say those don't work though? I mean, I just need to say, like, everything I've been reading, the air purifiers they don't purify the air, but that's okay.
Unless it's like a certain size, right? You funny, Maze. It has to be like a certain size, because I think the virus is like really small or whatever. So maybe they got the proper HEPA filters or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's a lot of I don't knows. But I do know that the kids need some type of school.
Yeah, I feel like this reintroduction to school, and they're saying also that Dr. Fauci wants to make it a mandated vaccine. The mayor hasn't gotten that far. Here's me. I don't know exactly. I don't know if hiding in the house is going to do it. But I don't want to be stupid and be like,
well, okay. So think about what we think about how we went into quarantine. Remember that? I think people forgot what that felt like when you was like, you needed papers to go outside. Like, that's really like, that's really the only thing that you can do if you have an uptick is you got to stop all movement. Like,
do you think they're going to stop all movement? Because we already got an uptick.
But see, but they keep kind of changing the goalposts for what is considered to be like an actual uptick. I actually heard this morning that McDonald's has like an operating plan
to shut down the in-store dining.
And so if you look at corporations can tell us a lot about where America is going, because y'all know corporations kind of run and dictate everything that's happening here in America. And so if McDonald's is creating that as a normal everyday push the button plan, then that's what everybody is probably going to start doing, is having shut down plans. Like, a lot of jobs have shut down plans now, but just think like schools, they gonna need shut down plans.
Yeah, our school had a shutdown plan. It was like, yo, if you was in quadrant bit, it was like, everybody stay home till we get the response from the.
Yeah, shutdown plans.
All right, y'all. So if you did you send your kid back to school? Were you pleased with what you saw at the schools? Do you think the schools were prepared? Remember when they had, like, last year, I think we was poking holes and everything. I was surprised. I was surprised to see everybody, though. Even the people who were anti-school, going back to school, like in the teachers union, I still feel like everybody breathed a collective sigh of relief yesterday because the kids went back to school. Because I think that we've all seen, and I don't know, has anybody seen the social impacts of not being in school for your young people? Like, I mean, parents, have you seen it? Like, that concerns me. And I don't know, like when we've been talking about all of this mental health stuff and it's been such a priority, and I don't know if we actually adequately know how to address the the collective mental health of our kids as they've been isolated or stayed at home all of this time. And I don't even know if the parents, the kids, everybody need to get out the house.
And we about to go back into fall and winter. Oh, Lord. And we know that winter was challenging, especially because they quote unquote let us out this summer.
And you think about it though, even in the winter this year, with all of the isolation, it was like we were seeing some of the highest murder rates in the winter time. Typically when it be let up, it was crazy. I do feel like, man, the school is so important. Like the physical interaction, I can honestly tell you, I can see the difference in my son in going back to school in the last 2 weeks than over the last year and a half. Right? I mean, he's a lot more talkative. He's a little bit more laughy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and so I think we gotta just I really do think that this is something that masks. I think the kids should just go ahead and wear the mask in school. I don't think that needs to be a fight, and I think parents only make that a fight at home. Like the kids, if they could go back to school and wear masks and be safe and do what they would, I think it wouldn't be a fight. I think a lot of these parents in the suburbs and other places that are fighting the masks are creating this hysteria with the kids. Kids have always had to follow the rules in school.
You think teachers should have to be vaccinated?
I think maybe there should be two categories. Like vaccinated or tested. So Ruthie, for me, I feel like the only reason, I didn't like the flu vaccine. I never really got that. This thing, it didn't hurt me thus far. I think that they set the rules. I think your job set the rules, right? I don't think you should be able to force anybody, but I think you got to take the consequences of it.
It's, how we started off, we kind of now moving into the phase of vaccinating young people. And so without the large majority of them being vaccinated, I think they're considered to be a vulnerable, population. And so I just feel like a lot of this is an experiment, and I hope that the people who are conducting these experiments just do right. Really, that's all we can really hope, because we know our kids need to be in something. They need interaction. And so outside of the virtual world. But I do think that should be an option though for people
I think that maybe even if it's categories, right? Like your belief system, there's a vaccinated. I don't know. But I just think that, I grew up where you had to get your shots. You couldn't go, you didn't have that paper. You didn't have your shots. You just didn't go. Right? You ain't had no paper. They was remember you had a week? And then, if you ain't had the shots by a week, they was come to the office. Call your mama.
But see, that's when you can get them religious exemptions.
Well, praise be. I'm just I think I'd be more nervous if there was if we had monkeys. Then I'd really be nervous, because y'all didn't see the Planet of the Apes, right? But since it ain't no monkeys, I ain't tripping. Look, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about the shortage of bus drivers. Cause how you get to school? I know Ruthie gonna be mad at me because I had to walk 2 miles each way uphill to school. But I was just thinking, there's a shortage of bus drivers right now. Actually, CPS is 500 bus drivers short. It really impacted almost 14,000 students. But yesterday, just a couple of days ago, after being required to be vaccinated, 73 bus drivers walked off, leaving 2,100 students without a way to get to school. The mayor mandated vaccines, and we've been hearing this story all summer about the shortage of bus drivers. So I guess my question is, what was the mayor's plan? Like if she already knew that they had a shortage of 400 bus drivers, they had reworked everything. But we'll talk about it a little bit more because
how much they get paid per hour?
Bus driver $15 an hour, 15, 20. I told you that's it's the Maze Jack. Man, you first of all
15.
Think about
that is such a very important job, and you only getting paid $15 an hour. That's disgusting.
Ruthie, $15 used to be. Remember
Yeah,
$10.
but now- yeah,
remember
but
$10
nowadays-
an hour was a.
Yeah, Maze, but you see how much gas is in the city?
You ain't gotta pay for the gas.
I'm just saying in
The
general,
driver,
you gotta
you
pay
just
for your
drive.
own. You gotta pay for your own gas. What you got? $15 an hour for that important job? That is wild to me.
Oh, I was just thinking. Have you ever been on a like?
I
forget
have, but that's
the important
precious
job.
cargo.
Well, forget the precious cargo because there's some badass precious cargo. I was like, you need to pay me more money just to deal with these badass kids. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after some news, traffic, and the weather. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:36 a.m. And I'm Reese the Ruler with your weather traffic report. On the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 52 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 42 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 51 minutes. Back out to Deerfield is 50. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Circle is 60 minutes. Back out to Thorndale is 38. Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 63 minutes. Outbound will be 35. On the Bishop 4 from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 66 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 11 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 8. On the north side of things, 8 minutes. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 72 and partly cloudy. Today will be high of 81 with a low of 68. I'm Reese the Ruler, and that was your traffic and weather report. Now here's Slick with So Good.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job, just taking a break, girl. Why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up. Why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair down and your nails done, when you put the grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. Hey, Ruthie. I don't know if you heard the story, but there is yesterday part of the story of returning to school was that there is a shortage of bus drivers. And when I say a shortage of bus drivers, essentially, Ruthie, the city of Chicago this summer is about 500 bus drivers short. 14,000, affecting approximately 14,500 students. But they reworked the bus routes and got it all under control and had it all together until the mayor issued her mask mandate, in which she told all of the bus drivers that they would be required to be vaccinated. Hey, Riis, let's do the road. So if you can turn me on. She required that they all be vaccinated. At which point, Ruthie, 73 bus drivers decided that they weren't going to return to work. Those 73 bus drivers that did not return to work then left approximately 2,100 students without a way to school. The mayor responded by saying they were working on it. She also then did the Mayor Lori Lightfoot trick, which was to make it to kind of try and spin us and say, now let's make this a good thing, because realistically, those bus drivers, we said that it's important for our bus drivers to be vaccinated. Right? And so these bus drivers walking away was a good thing, because now we know our children will be safe. Right? But at the same time, so she then said that her answer to that was Uber and Lyft. Now, Uber and Lyft don't have a vaccination requirement. And I don't know, Ruthie, that you put a kindergartner in the, in an Uber with someone that you don't know to get to school. She also is now offering a $500 a month stipend plus $1,000 startup fee for you to take care of your own transportation. She's also suggested that you take CTA. Ruthie, how'd you get to school? I walked. I remember one time I had to ride the bus and I had to ride the short bus. And it was terrible because like they was rebuilding our expressway, so they wasn't going to send a whole new bus over for our side. So it was two of us, me and Eric Ralph, and we had to ride the special needs bus. Back in the day, though, when the special needs bus was not called the special needs bus, if I can just put it that way. But I always walked to school. Ruthie, how important is transportation? And Riis, I ask you this too. How important is transportation in getting to school? Because I always thought, man, I just got to walk. My parents was like, they measured the time it would take me to walk, and they'd be like, boy, you got to leave at 8 o'clock. Or, boy, you got to leave at 7 o'clock. We'll walk to school one time and walk back. They'll know how much time it was, and I had to walk. So a lot of times I didn't realize how important transportation to school was until I moved to Chicago, where my kids were either driven to school every day or we hired a service to get them to school every day until they got old enough to buy a car where they then drove. How important is the bus or this bus transportation to kids getting to school in Chicago? How important is it to you, Riis? How important, Ruthie? Was the school bus important to you?
Mm-hmm. Well, we had to kind of walk to get to it. It didn't pick us up in front of our house, like it did when I was little. It wasn't until I got to Chicago I was like, yeah, these kids got to take public. I thought it was the craziest thing to know that CPS students were, taking public transportation to school. I was like, y'all ain't got no school buses. That's like one of the first things I noticed when I got to Chicago.
I first of all, I couldn't imagine it. Like I wouldn't have made it to school probably. Like I couldn't even imagine having to take take public transportation. But it's the reality for so many people. Mm-hmm. Riis, did you ever have to take public transportation to school?
Yeah, from kindergarten to 8th, we had a bus that picked us up on like the corner into like 6th grade. Then they did some reworking and we had to walk to our nearest elementary school. And then for like high school, it was like the bus or I walk. It was like a 20-minute walk or you take the bus.
Oh, okay. All right. So for how many? So some people though actually have to take the bus to school. Like, so first of all, bus drivers, the shortage of bus drivers. Ruthie, yeah, I don't think bus drivers get paid enough. Forget the precious cargo, because the cargo ain't precious when they be on the bus. I just need to tell you, when we got on the school bus, it was on and popping. And the school, like, it got so bad that the school bus, they gave the school bus driver a detention pad. Right? And he'd be like handing the teachers the detentions, but they couldn't enforce them because we ain't on school property.
They be having bus monitors now.
Man, I'm gonna play this story because how much you think a bus driver needs to get paid? I'm gonna play this video. Riis, ready? Go.
CTA get paid like $35.
The video has gone viral, and as Joanna Remiliotis reports, a Canadian is now involved in helping right that wrong.
You fucking badass. The taunts are merciless. Because you want this? Oh, too bad. I want badass. Relentless. All the more shocking because the target is a 68-year-old grandmother. What's your address so I can freaking piss off your door? In a disturbing video, Karen Klein, a bus monitor at a middle school in Greece, New York, sits bewildered while a group of 13-year-olds hurl abuses, profanities, even threats. If I stab you in the stomach and fucking my knife would go through you like butter because it's all fucking watery. Interviewed later at her home, Klein says she was in disbelief.
I thought I'd just let them go. And I just tried to ignore them. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
In fact, it just kept going for at least 10 agonizing minutes.
Why is there water on your face?
I'm crying. A cruel incident on a school bus in an American suburb. It could have remained there. Klein wasn't planning on pressing charges. But Facebook and YouTube turned it into an international sensation. More than 2 million people have watched the video. Hundreds have contacted school officials, police, and the bullies too.
Their families have been threatened. Their brothers and sisters have been threatened. We have custody of one of their cell phones, and he had over 1,000 missed calls and 1,000 text messages threatening him.
Almost in tears. I was like, oh my goodness, how could they do this?
But a horrible story has also taken a remarkable turn. When Max Sidoroff saw the video, it brought back memories of being bullied. So he started an online donation drive to raise money.
How much do you get paid to be the bus driver? The bus monitor. You mentioned the bus monitor. Mm-hmm. Hey man, I don't think nobody is safe on the school bus. Like nobody is safe.
It ain't like it used to be, Maze.
What you mean? It ain't like it used to be. Like y'all, it ain't nobody who got on the bus and like got beat up all the way down the road. Like, like you ain't never been on the like. Y'all didn't have to get on the bus and like the one kid that was just the poor kid that like I just felt bad for him all the time because he got on the bus and it was a beat that. So told me cool kids take Ubers to school. Cool kids take Ubers to school, or is your parents lazy? I'm just joking. I'm just playing. No, so Ruthie, how important is school? Like how important, Riis, or let me ask the callers. When did you first have to take public transportation to school? Like, because I always hear people telling stories about the rides on the CTA was like, you had to ride through zones. Like, you had to get on the bus. Like, the bus wasn't necessarily safer, was it?
Which bus? The school? A school bus?
School bus and CTA. Like, did any of our listeners ever have to take CTA to school? Like, and what's the earliest a kid can take, like, CTA? What's the earliest you would let your kid take an Uber to school? Right? Like, is it 5th grade?
You know, I don't know, Maze. So, part of me feel like a Uber might be safer than a CTA.
So then if you put a kid in an Uber, would Uber then, would they have specific cars for kids to go to school? Because my question would be, well, first of all, I'd be like, my son be asking, could he get an SUV? And I'd be like, dog, if you don't get your butt up out of here, talk about could you get an Uber SUV to school? But I guess my question with the Uber is, do they have background checks?
Like, do they have to abide by the same parameters?
Well, like, if you Uber, do they a kid? Like, so do you have, like, do they verify your sexual predator and all that stuff? They do?
Yep.
Well,
and do you have to have a vaccine?
I don't think that that it's the same extent as somebody who's a school bus driver.
It is. It's actually more. It actually is.
I don't know about that. You had to get fingerprinted?
No, I applied, and they do it intense.
You said you couldn't get it. They didn't let you get.
At the 90 for something I did 9 years ago.
Yeah, but that's not to a kid.
Not to a kid.
I'm not saying to a kid, but
you had to get your fingerprints.
No, I didn't make it that far.
Then it ain't that deep, Joe.
That cancer.
Like if you gonna be driving kids, Chip said he started CTA in 7th grade.
Did you have to take a drop to do Uber or Lyft? Because I think that's one of the requirements to be a bus driver.
Because I would be concerned about an Uber driver being like driving my kid. What's the liability?
But you know what? You know how you're supposed to be like 18 or whatever to like ride. Otherwise, you ain't supposed to be without a parent.
Are you serious?
Technically,
I didn't know that.
Technically speaking, you ain't supposed to be putting underage young people inside of Ubers and Lyfts.
Oh yeah, inside of Uber Lyft. Yeah,
but people do it all the time. I think I've done it. Like, it's kind of pretty simple to just fetch a ride for a young person to send them home using Uber or Lyft. I was wondering when they was gonna crack down on that. Like, oh, you gotta have the phone present with you that dial for the number. But right now, it's pretty easy to summon an Uber or Lyft for somebody else. But I feel like they're gonna crack down.
Would you allow your kids to ride CTA? I'm gonna be honest with you. You allow your kids to ride CTA to school, Riis? Would you, Ruthie?
Yeah, man. Get some coach in your life. It's all right, man.
It depends.
Sit by the driver. It's okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one time. So I'm gonna tell you this story about. So I didn't ride the bus a lot, but these was one of the moments when I knew I wasn't gonna be riding the bus ever. So I was watching this ride. This dude was on the bus. He was outside and he was getting chased, right? So he getting chased, and he gets on the bus, and the bus driver drives off. So they keep chasing the bus to the next stop, in which the bus driver and the dude like, please don't let him on, please don't let him on, please don't let him on. Gets on the bus, they in the back of the bus. Dude trying to ding, ding, ding to get up out. The bus driver turned around and say, whoop his ass, folks. And they beat the brakes off this dude on the bus. And I was like, oh, no. Never, nope, not, no, how. No. I mean, the bus driver literally, and did not stop the bus until the brakes were removed. Yeah, nah, dog.
Some of the best busing things that I've seen is, It was these like older ladies that worked in the schools, like, and then they would also double as like the bus monitors. So if the kids are like, acting up or whatever, it was a process or a system in place, to prevent things like that because they had a relationship with the kids.
Did you ever ride the bus to school, the CTA to school? You from Chicago? What grade did you start? 7th grade, what grade would you allow your kid to ride the bus to school now? I'm just telling you, I ain't made it there yet, y'all. I ain't made it there. Riis, what grade would you let your boy start riding the bus? Did he ride the bus to school?
He took the bus to school, but he
His mom probably took him a lot though.
No. He was actually only his like freshman and sophomore year. I think he was in urban prep, and then when we moved to the suburbs, then I think that's when they got a school bus, like so a school bus would pick them up.
Yeah, I don't know if I think that I don't know if kids should have to ride CTA to get to school.
I was in 5th grade when I was riding CTA getting to school.
Really?
Yep.
Like, who taught you?
My grandma actually, she said, I'm gonna show you once. And then I got on there and she took me to, because I actually had 2 buses too.
Did you ever get lost?
My very first time, because she was like, this same bus that it take you to school, it take you home, not knowing that I need to cross the street and get the bus going the other way. So when I got done,
you took it.
I took the same bus to the end of the route, had to go all the way back. But it was my lesson, and it didn't really bother me. Like, like I knew how to just, like my awareness was like always there. Like just sit, always observe. So I was like never nervous though.
Really?
Never. These kids got all these earphones and stuff. That's why I be nervous for them, like because it's times where I literally, my son is outside and I walk behind him and I walk behind you for a whole block and you never turned around once. Man, you privileged. Like no, like I got to see my surroundings at all time. But like nowadays, it probably wouldn't be to like high school.
Okay. Like what age would you let your child, if you are a parent and you out there and you listening? What age would you let your child take public transportation? And I'm going to say CTA specifically. But take public transportation to school. Is it grammar school? Like, and how do you learn? I mean, do the bus drivers look out for the kids on the buses?
You know, I think some of the ones who have those dedicated school routes. But I think CTA drivers hate them routes though.
I wouldn't know.
I think they hate them when they have to pick up them school kids. I think they hate it. But I do think it is interesting that some CTA routes kind of are like school bus routes. They kind of park right outside of the school, waiting on the kids to get out.
Should that be a special?
Yes, it should be.
A special bus?
Yes, it should be.
Should they only let kids on those buses?
Yes, they should.
I'm with that.
And we ain't even talking about, we ain't said nothing about COVID. We've been thinking about the dangers of the CTA. We ain't even factored in that COVID is one of the dangers now.
Dang. What? No. So am I a bad parent for not wanting to put my kid on CTA?
No. You're not even a bad person for not wanting to get on there yourself.
I'm not getting on. What Riis like, you're a bad parent. What's my?
No, I don't make you a bad parent. You just it won't better. It's it's okay. But I don't believe that we make CTA a little bit more bad than like what it is. Like really
I think
get on the bus and sit down and get off at your stop.
Sound good, but now what if it ain't no
that?
seats?
Then you stand up and hold the pole.
Yeah, while you're also clutching your bag.
That's Ruthie. I just think, I don't. Do you feel obligated? Like I don't know that I feel obligated to make my son take seats. Like I don't
as a rite of passage.
Right. Like that's not a rite of passage to me. Like I feel like his rite of passage is, hey man, can you make it down 95th without without these officers jacking you up?
Safety and security is like so important, and it's like I ain't saying the CTA is like open season, but it's too many factors that you cannot control. And so I think anytime where you have groups of young people that have to get from point A to point B, those should be protected routes, quote unquote, safe passages. And you can't necessarily guarantee that on the CTA because you don't know who out or who there, who lurking, who know what time these kids go and they like to sit out here and look. So I just have such a lack of trust for people when it comes to the protection of children that I think that you got to get them to and from as safe as you can. And I know some people don't got no choice but to send their kids on the CTA. So again, I think the idea is like we were just talking about, maybe those should be dedicated bus routes.
Right. So here's me. Like I feel like we'll take the train or we'll take it for the experience so you don't say you ain't never did it, but you can appreciate why you ain't got to do it. right? And I don't know that I feel that that is a rite of passage for my son, that he got to ride CTA down 79th to be like, you are now a man, right? That ain't it to me. And I think that I feel like I would like for my child. I don't feel like death, and I'm not saying that CTA is death, but I don't feel like part of his rite of passage is I got to make sure he's faced death at some point to be like, you're going to be like, I just don't know that that's the way. Look, y'all, we got to say goodbye to our WBGX family. Thank you all for tuning in. It's not like you got to be not listen to us, because you can tune in to us on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Twitch. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages. When should a child be able to take CTA? Hey, I don't say there's anything wrong with it, so I really want to be clear. I don't have anything that's wrong with it. I just don't know that that's the lesson that I feel like I need to teach. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:01 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your traffic and weather report. On the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 56 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 39. On the Eden from Deerfield to Exchange is 55. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 51. Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop 76 minutes. Back out to Thorndale 43. Stevenson I-355 to the Dan Ryan 63 minutes. Outbound 40. Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 66 minutes, 39 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop, 18 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 14 minutes. Jackson back to 55th will be 9. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph is 9. Today's weather is currently 73 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 81 with a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay you've been dodging all the time. Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Why don't you come on over
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, Ruthie. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore is trying to catch a nap, y'all.
It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. See? You're supposed to. Ruthie, you can't be going to sleep at 8 o'clock. You can't take Todd's nap time. It's like you trying to feel it. You can't sit. Is that the 8 o'clock nap seat? Is that what it is? You sit in that seat and at 8 o'clock you got to take a nap.
I'm hitting that 8 a.m. wall.
Gotta go to bed at night, Ruthie.
Ruthie, like she ringing this summer out.
I tell you, at 9 o'clock, I beat my kids to bed. Listen, good night, y'all.
Do he really?
Yes.
9 o'clock?
9, I'm going to bed. I don't care. Everything else, ask your mama.
It just get dark. Well, now it kind of get dark a little earlier.
So, you go to bed, Riis, like it be, like I go to bed at like 11:30, 12.
I'm already asleep.
You already sleep?
Turned over twice for you, man. Listen, you see me, I get in 54, 55.
You be like, you get it all, too. Riis, what time you get up to get out of the bed? What time you get out the bed?
Actually, I wake up at like 4:30, but you know how you lay there? So I lay there at like 4:45. and then I get up, take a shower, let my dogs out, and then go ahead.
How many dogs you got?
4.
Whoa.
What kind of dogs? All pits?
No, I got a lab, a pit, then they had a baby, and I got a Shih Tzu.
Hey man, this is good radio, man.
That's
this
what the dog is called.
You too? Hey man, say that for the bathroom, dog. We don't need you two and she hits too.
A poodle.
And nobody needs your poodle. You wait. It's a dog, so it's a little dog. So it's because you remember that little dog yesterday? The little dog trying to save old girl.
Oh yeah.
I felt bad for the little dog.
It's littler than that dog.
Huh?
It's littler than that dog.
But that dog yesterday was trying. It was trying. It really was trying. But that dog would have been dead if it was a black man.
Oh,
no, if it was a pit bull, that dog would have been shot for sure.
Or it would have tased him.
No,
they should.
They shot the black people.
And then that would have helped, though. You know, white people love animals.
Oh!
It wouldn't even been about the
right. The lady could have been dead. Right. You shot the dog.
Y'all ain't even right.
That's them white people. White people love their dogs. I'm telling you, they
care about her too.
Hey man, these white people love they. I seen a video. Well, I'm gonna tell you about the video I saw, but man, goodness gracious, white people. Like, did you ever see the one? Let me ask y'all a question.
It's not just white people that love dogs.
It's white people that let It's only white people that let dogs lick them in their mouth, though.
Yeah.
No, black people do that.
What black people? Please, Ruthie, don't tell me you let the dog lick you in the mouth.
No, that's
you don't let her lick your ice cream cone.
Right?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying. Don't. You seen white people be doing all type of nasty stuff.
They mouths clean. They mouths are clean, cleaner than human mouths.
They eat boo boo.
So do people. They mouths are cleaner than humans.
Yeah. Well, some of y'all mouths I done seen on TV, so maybe. I don't know.
Just keep it right where it's at. Put it in the parking lot. Put it right in the parking lot.
You sound like Trick Daddy or something around here. Y'all heard about Trick Daddy, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, sometimes the internet is just too much. We're not going to even talk about it, but yuck. Okay, well, anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm yours. That's a topic for you on Wednesday, though. That really is a topic.
Which one?
The Trick Daddy story?
All right, I got it.
Okay, we don't talk about it now, but I was just like, what? Wait. Okay. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, as well as DJ Riis the Ruler.
That's a nice picture. I see how you changed the picture. Man, why you ain't use the one with me sitting on the throne and got the crown on my head?
Man, don't nobody want no picture with you in the toilet.
No.
Reese sitting on his throne is the toilet.
I'm sitting on the throne.
Hey, Reese. That's you said. I use that one for your show. Right? Use that for your show. Right? I could have, I was really debating whether I was gonna just be like just a big picture of me and Ruthie.
Oh.
And then put like Todd and Riis in the little corners.
I would have took that.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll fix it for you tomorrow.
All
right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore and, well, soon to be removed from the pictures, DJ Riis the Ruler. No, I'm just joking.
No, not removed. You just relocated, right? You said on like the corner of the picture, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna relocate it though, but it's gonna be smaller.
All right.
Okay, I got you. You remember you said this. You know me. No, hell no. You remember how petty, and just know how petty I am.
All right.
You just remember how petty I am. You gonna be like,
I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna be solo dolo.
you ain't gonna be solo dolo. They gonna be like, what is that little speck? It's gonna be like, you gonna be like, this is what they gonna be doing on the internet. They gonna be like, you know how you be doing this to get to they gonna have to zoom. They
Is
gonna
that
be like,
Riis?
Is that Reese?
Be the best zoom in they ever did, though.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
Okay. Well, Ruthie. See? Millennial. Right? Yeah, right. Trying to grab the crown. Sitting in the throne room trying to grab the crown.
Much. That's not millennial behavior. I think that is male behavior. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Male behavior.
Right. Yeah, got our egos right. Yeah.
Battle of the egos. But you already know Maze ain't finna let you put no crown on.
Right. Yeah.
He gonna say, 48 laws of power, Reese. Never outshine the master.
Hey, when I sent it, I knew he was.
I started to fix it for him though. I started to use it. But you was I was gonna turn the crown upside down, but then it would have turned into all type of
some game.
That's why I was like, you know what?
Take me off that.
You be right. They'll be at you at Taco Tuesday too. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, okay, it's me. All right. What is it about celebrity?
This is on the paper.
Because I feel like Kanye has killed cancel culture. Like, Kanye was the only person that I know that survived the Trump splash and went back for doubles. Y'all was all like, if anybody else said Donald Trump anywhere else in the world, y'all was Ice Cube tried to say contract with Black America. We gotta talk. You old sellout Uncle Tom, Ice Cube. That's why your big three is gonna be a flop. You know, black people be like, I'm just saying, you think about it. Poor Chrisette Michelle, she got a contract to sing for $100,000. Now, you know daggone well she can't get no contract for y'all cancel Chrisette Michelle. Like, gone. Candace Owens, let Candace Owens tell y'all some black people truth, even though she ain't. Y'all be like, that old bed wench of Donald Trump. You know y'all know. Come on, man. The sister got out of jail. Y'all was like, she should have stayed. Y'all did. Stop fronting. Y'all told black woman in jail, y'all read the book, it was terrible. Like, we was all like, Obama, remember she said in the book, she was waiting for Obama to let her go. Everybody was waiting. And then they saw him flying off. Mm-hmm. Like, they was like, you finna get out. They was waiting for the call, and then they looked on the TV and flew up. Y'all, I mean, come on, y'all. Let me ask you, what made Kanye so different? I mean, y'all talked about Steve Harvey. Y'all made Steve Harvey get rid of his toupee. Shaved his head bald after he went up there. Ray Lewis, y'all talked about he couldn't talk. Oh, country illiterate. Y'all called him, y'all said he had, what's that thing when you hit the, y'all said he had CTE. Because he went to go see Donald Trump. Kanye wore a MAGA hat.
And he got mental health issues too.
Yep. Y'all gave him mental health issues, and then y'all went and stood in line.
You better, it ain't everybody.
It was 38,000. It was a lot of people going live. It's a whole lot of black power people who be like, except for, I mean, I be thinking about all the conscious, lovable, I got an attitude. Let me just be clear. I recognize that it was a social event, the place to be. And trust and believe, if I wanted to be there, I would have bought me some tickets. Because some people that I know be acting funny. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, my question is it the celebrity? And then I got to ask in Chicago particularly, right? Is there in Chicago a lack of stardom that makes us ignore everything else? Right? Because, I'm thinking about, y'all think about when Donald Trump came to Chicago, people straight up shut down the daggone UIC. Remember Jed stormed the stage? Remember they was brawling? Remember it was like, you ain't welcome in this town? Y'all mental health issued it out, and then it was like nobody, it was like, Mother was like, you got some of them Kanye tickets? And it was interesting to me because I've only seen two people, Laura Washington, who we knew she was going to do it, and Jennifer, who I won't say her last name, who just was like, did anybody forget about what? Have we forgiven the Donald Trump stuff? I don't even think we ever cared, really.
From Kanye?
Yep. Did anybody really care about it? Or was it just an opportunity to jump on the bandwagon? Because, I'd be like, the most conscious, I'm just telling you, the most conscious people be, now hold on, and let me take it up a notch. He came with Marilyn Manson and DaBaby. Marilyn Manson, certified rapist. DaBaby, y'all homophobe though. I think Kanye is above cancel culture. I don't think he can be canceled. Thoughts? Because y'all sure forgot. I'm just curious.
I think Kanye means different things to different people.
What does he mean? Jesus.
He's a soundtrack to a lot of things. It's levels to Kanye, and it's levels to Kanye fandom.
Explain that to me, because it does seem to be like it is very different. Like, I really love the first, and there's no shade. I need to understand it, because I fell off after the backpacks. Actually, no, I didn't fall off after the backpacks. I think it was after the I'm not loving you.
What about you made it to Watch the Throne?
That don't count to me.
Why not?
That's Jay.
But that's Kanye. No, that's Kanye.
That's Jay.
He revitalized Jay.
No, he didn't. No one revitalized Jay. Go ahead.
He breathed life into that man with Watch the Throne.
I feel ill right now. I'm not going to dignify this conversation.
He brought Jay-Z in to a whole new generation.
No, okay.
With Watch the Throne.
Riis, I'll let you address this.
If this was WHW, I probably would have said, turn your mic down. What?
With Watch the Throne.
What?
No, Ruthie.
No.
See, okay, no.
No.
But I got to ask a question. Why? Where? Does Donald Trump don't count no more?
Even look at how Kim Kardashian ain't get canceled for not messing with Trump, but for being in proximity to Trump. It just depends on who you was, and it also was about the posture that you took. Steve Harvey, he tried it. Chrisette Michelle, she also tried it. And then you saw afterwards, she was like, I'm just so disappointed. He wouldn't even meet with me. And all the black people was like, we know. We know. He ain't even had the decency to meet that lady, to shake her hand after she put on the cape for him, trying to be American. You can't hide. You can't. Some things can't be disguised as patriotism, and that was it was almost treasonous.
So what made Ye different? Because he got the meeting.
Because he was mentally unstable. He put the hat on. He went full blown with it. But see, depending on your level of love for Kanye, after he got with the Kardashians, it's been over with.
Explain that.
He been on a decline. That was probably one of the best and worst career moves for himself.
I think he became a billionaire though, didn't he?
That's why I said, well, see, if you define your happiness with money, but obviously that's not that's not giving him peace of mind.
Give him peace of. Well, let me stop. Anyway, is it so? Why does Kanye transcend it? Like, why does it almost? He didn't almost free Larry.
He been talking about it. He made it. It's a part of the album.
You think Joe Biden with it, or you think he waiting for Trump to come back?
You know what? At this point, if you look at how Joe Biden is faring in the media, he'll probably take anything.
Oh,
but that's a whole nother topic.
All right, man. Let me ask you. Well, the other part of this though is the proximity of celebrity, right? I was watching the Kanye thing, and I was watching so many people. Like, it was weird to watch the Facebook post, because some of it, I really do feel like people was like having like these transcendental experiences. Like, they were like, Kanye has come and he has changed my soul. And I was like, are y'all serious? Like, for real? And then I started thinking about the same thing though with R. Kelly. Right? Where it's like, regardless of what you do, the celebrity is really more important. Right? Because I was thinking about, like, well, what is this obsession with Kanye? Like, is it cult-like at some points?
I think if you have the ability to look beyond the surface, then you probably can connect to Kanye, his music, what he got going on like a deeper spiritual level.
Explain that.
So Kanye understands the connection between music and the spirit. He talks about it. Even if you look at him transitioning to, remember he went all Jesus on us. That was
Jesus.
Not necessarily Yeezus, because he was Yeezus before he went the Jesus route with the music. And he talked about how, and I think people forgetting, like, if you look up when Kanye was transitioning to his gospel thing, like full blown, he talked about how this messaging in the music. He's a master of messaging in the music. Like, so on a psychological level, he understands beats, rhythms, patterns, words. And so it's just kind of interesting that this new album, it's still along the Jesus route, but now it's kind of morphed into more being about him as like the deity in a sense. So it's just really interesting, but so I can see how people are having like these transformational da-da-da-da-das, you know what I'm saying? But y'all might need to close y'all chakras to some of this stuff.
What that mean? What's your chakra?
Kanye understands music.
You saying like he's like,
remember R. Kelly was the Pied Piper, right? The person that used the music to get the kids. He also it's psychological warfare out here happening. And so if you ain't careful, then you can be in the cult of Kanye.
There is a cult of Kanye?
Absolutely. Do you see how he combined, did you ever watch one of them Sunday service performances?
No.
You should check it out. You should check it out just so you can see. And as a person, because you grew up in the church, so I think it will be something interesting for you to see how he has literally taken aspects of the black church, like some traditional aspects of the black church, and then remixed them in a very interesting way, in a very unique way. That's all. Ain't nothing new. Kanye ain't doing nothing new. What he does is he just takes stuff and he like make it his own. And then white people think it's so revolutionary. But like, since you grew up in the black church, you'll be like, oh, that's all he. Well, actually, you'll probably be like, I'm finna start me a church.
I already said. Well, see, my thing is though, I think that because there is a lack of spirituality, or a lack of connection, we've lost the connection to our spiritualness, our connection to the divine. There are people that know how to, that are filling those gaps, right? And I think that our souls as black people long for a connection. I know this is going to go way deep, but I believe that I don't think that black people survive all the things that we have survived without a spiritual connection.
But hold on, because when Kanye was kind of going off, when he was kind of first starting on the I'm finna do the gospel thing. He talked about families, like the family, talked about family structures. He talked about abortion. Like, he talked about a lot of things. And, Ye's crazy, like, but some of the stuff that he's saying is like, it's real. But I don't know about this new album. I don't know. It really is not the same rhetoric.
Were you in the Kanye cult?
I am a Kanye fan. Like, I think I know more lyrics than the average person. He kind of lost me. Like, the last few albums, I probably couldn't even tell you none of the lyrics, but the quote unquote old Kanye, yes, absolutely.
I could tell you the first 3 albums. I could do everything. I could probably do all the words
word
to
for
the first
word.
3 albums, but I can't. Like, I'm going after that.
You think he a genius?
Yeah,
I think honestly a lot of this is like marketing, in my opinion.
Well, I do too. I think he's a mad genius, right? Like, and I think that Kanye has kind of done the same thing that Donald Trump did, which was take all of the things that you're not supposed to do and say and stomp them and be like, who gonna shoot me, boo? Like, I feel like Kanye is along that same path where Donald Trump said he could go into Times Square and shoot somebody and his supporters would be like, okay, no big deal. I feel like Kanye is in that space. I'm not tripping on Kanye, off of Kanye. I am concerned with a spiritual void that exists in our young people. I'm concerned with a spiritual void that exists in our young people that is capable of being filled by someone who I don't know the spiritual intent. Does that make sense? So, like, there's a big old hole. There's a gap in our connection. I think when you look at materialism, but even not the materialism, I think when you look at our young people, I always say they ain't trying to match up with the activists on a bike. They're trying to, and even the coldest soul in our community still longs for that connection, right? They know that even if your heart has gotten cold, etc. And I think that if someone can give you that or replace that or give you something that is in the semblance of that, but may not be spiritually correct or have different spiritual intents, I am concerned about what that means. I'm concerned about what that means for a generation that, I know y'all gonna beat me up, but a generation that doesn't know the Bible, that doesn't have any real spiritual grounding, but need a spiritual connection. And so he feels that. And it's a weird space to be in. I would tell you, I do believe he is a genius. Like, I think he's a mad genius, quite frankly. I don't know if being a mad genius is good for us, though. Like, I'm not sure of that. And I think when I look at what we're willing to ignore, it just becomes a challenge for me sometimes. I mean, and I'm not tripping, but I think, like, it really does remind me somewhat of, like, the R. Kelly thing, where I watch every anti-Trumper, every stand-up do TV commercial, and don't nobody say nothing because it's the hottest event of the year. Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. Riis, give us our last traffic and weather, and then we are going to talk a little bit. I want to talk about scars. Like, you just stopped the music on me. I want to talk about scars. I got, what's your best scar? Do you have any scars that you, like, war wounds that you're proud of? I was just thinking, I got one under my left eye. What's your best What is your best scar and how did you get it? You get busted in your head? What? It's on there. It's the last one. Riis looking like, wait, what you doing? It came up to me the other day. Like, I started this post yesterday, and everybody has a story about one of their best scars. So I want to talk about it when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your traffic and weather report. In traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is still 60 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 61 now. On the Eden, Deerfield to Exchange is 61. Exchange to Deerfield will be 31 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 95 minutes. It's an accident out there. But back to Thorndale will be 38. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 60 minutes. Outbound will be 39. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 79 minutes, 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 25 minutes to the Loop, 18 minutes back to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson is 15 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 12. On the north side, Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 9. Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 75 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 81 and a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler, and now back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Yeah. Ooh, baby, oh, darling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your love must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your love. I'm so addicted. Can't stop. I need you right now, baby. I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind, my mind, my mind, every day. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. See you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. 'Cause I'm
Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted. Ooh. I need to check myself.
You are tuned into the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, as well as my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis was looking at me crazy like, this ain't on the paper. But I was just curious, man. We wrapping up, and sometimes I'll be like, man, I just don't always want to end on no. I'll be like, good Lord. So I was thinking, yesterday I was thinking about scars. Like war wounds, scars that we had and the memories that are attached to them. Because I was thinking to myself, as I turned 50, I was looking around and I have a billion war wounds, right? Like and now as I get older, I look at my skin, I look at my things, I be like, I remember that one time when I had, like, if you look at my arms, there's very faint scratches that were from when I worked at McDonald's. And I used to wash coffee pot, like when I worked at McDonald's, I was a McDonald's superstar. So I wanted to work the grill, and then I wanted to work to wash the dishes at the end of the night because I knew I could get us out of there faster. And so one of the things I used to do, and this is sounding crazy, is I would take all the coffee pots and you put the salt in there, and then you put the ice and some sanitizer, you clean them out. And then like when you're back there, I had to spray it like I was like the dishwashing machine. So it'd be like, you come back, they'd be like, don't go back there because Maze is doing this thing. And I had one of them power sprayers. So I'm spraying everything, I'm doing everything. I got all the coffee pots and we trying to get out of there. And I got my little boat shoes on, my McDonald's uniform. And I'm running to the front, Ruthie, and I step off the mat. Because they got the water mats, but if it leaks out, and there was those slick tiles, and I fell with 6 coffee pots in my hands. And when I fell, the coffee pots were glass, they broke, and my arms went down into the glass. And so all down my arms were scars. I didn't go to the hospital. I picked the glass out because I thought I was tough, not realizing now that I could have been a millionaire. I could have sued McDonald's. But I thought I was going to get in trouble for carrying 6 coffee pots. Because they always be like, Maze, you're moving too fast. So I really was like, oh my God. And they I didn't go to the hospital, but I remember picking out the glass. And my arm stayed. But it's a war wound. It's one of my war wounds that, I take some pride in. You have a lifelong scar? Something that done happen to you from being a part of, Ruthie, you got any war wounds? Riis, you got any war wounds?
Thankfully, mine are just me playing around and getting hurt.
Like Angela Kilpatrick said, she was practicing her round-offs in the living room and did a backflip and bust the table.
Ooh.
Bust the glass table. You ever get hurt and your parents, you get hurt, but then they mad at you because you broke something? So you got to get a whooping for, they got to pat you up to whoop you?
You better act like you super hurt.
Ah!
Delay that whooping, and then they'll forget.
They never forgot. They was like, we owe you one, right? You be like 2 weeks later. You thought everybody forgot. My old man be like, hey, come here. You thought you forgot. What? You was in a fire. Quincy, you was in a fire. Woo. Okay, that's a war wound for real.
Now, see, I done been playing with fire.
Oh, I played with fire. Did you ever get hurt and you couldn't tell your parents?
Yes.
She was doing something you weren't supposed to do. Oh.
What you mean?
What's your best war wound, Ruthie? Riis, you got a war wound? I was a pretty boy.
A lot of them.
Huh?
I had, as a kid, I fell off my bike into like some glass, so I got stitches in my left hand.
How you fall into some glass? What you was doing? Which was
my bike.
How you fall into some glass? Oh, you fell on riding and it was glass on the ground?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was typical for my neighbor. Like I learned how to ride a bike on the most bogus concrete ever. Like the most bogus concrete ever. And I think that I burned myself with an iron before too.
Ooh,
we done all
iron.
been there.
Everybody done burnt yourself. But you ever have one that lasts? You know, I hate when you burn yourself with something and then it turn into the water blister and you be busting it.
Yeah.
Turn pink, yeah. Black people.
Okay, so Reese, you said, Ruthie, what's your best one? Why that? I got a better one. What's your best one?
Remember when them Razor scooters first came out? It was like the craze, them Razor scooters.
Yeah, my kids
I remember
had
that.
those.
Yeah, I fell on one of those. I was going super fast.
From a scooter, well, you had some powerful legs. You was moving.
I was gone, and I like flipped over the top of it.
Oh,
horrible! That's what I'm saying. My wounds came from playing too much, just playing too
Daredevil.
much. Yeah.
I remember one time, my cousins. You ever ride bikes with your cousins, and you only got one bike, so y'all be like, "Let me get a ride." Right, so you got to ride up and down the block, right? And then it'd be like the one cousin that won't get off, so he'll ride, and then he'll keep riding, and you be chasing him, and then, so you know what I did to my cousin? I didn't realize this was gonna happen. I threw a stick in the front spokes, and he went straight over the handlebars. Ruthie, I'll tell you my worst war wound though. My worst war wound was I was in Miami, kicking it with the Cash Money crew, thinking I was doing my thing. I used to tell everybody it was a motorcycle, but it was really a scooter, right? Because I really didn't want to tell nobody. I tore myself up on the scooter. So I was kicking it with the Cash Money guys. And you know in Miami how they let you ride the scooters? You ride the scooters, but they don't. If you hang out too long, you probably shouldn't ride the scooter. But your judgment tells you, oh, I can make it. So I was in South Beach, but my hotel was in Biscayne Bay. So I'm driving, riding a motorcycle like I'm feeling good after hanging out. I'm over the Biscayne Bay Bridge, and I'm just about to get to the bottom of the hill, and I hit the front brake instead of the back brake, and I go over the handlebars of the bike. Now, this is on Expressway.
Oh, my goodness.
No sooner do I go over the handlebars, Ruthie, does the scooter come following behind me. Now, prior to that, I had somebody riding on the back. So when it fell, when it came back around, the spikes that were on the back for the pedals went straight through my leg.
Okay.
Ruthie, I went upstairs because I was like, I just got to catch my flight. So I went upstairs and laid down. I woke up and I was in a bed full of blood. I went to the bathroom and a big chunk of my leg fell out. Like it was just like meat. And somebody rushed me to the hospital because I almost bled out. Laying in the bed because you know why? Because hanging out, I didn't feel it. Like I hurt, but I remember walking through the lobby of the hotel. You ever seen like them cameras where people be like, you know, like it's first person view and people be like they was all like, because I was like scraped up, but I was so liquidated.
You was feeling good.
I was feeling so good that I didn't realize that I had literally.
You weren't feeling no pain, as they say.
Until the next morning. Hey, yo, can I tell you though, I saw the bike coming. And then in this, you gonna love this part, Ruthie. While I was laying on the ground, guess what happened?
Somebody ran the bike over?
Somebody went in my pockets. I was laid out. Look, dude was like, look, you okay?
You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember, cause he took my money.
Did he call 911?
No. He left me there to die. Yep, he ran my pockets.
Was he black or white?
Black to the mud. With dreadlocks too.
Maybe he was African or something.
Or Jamaican.
Yeah.
He was something. Yep, Ruthie, that's what happened.
Well,
my last one. See this? I call it my dot and dash. Right, my dot and dash under my eye. It was we was playing bumper cars as kids on skateboards. 62nd and Roads. Remember when black people used to have those? Remember when black people didn't have fences in their front yard, but they had like them concrete with the pipes? Right? And they would have they would make like 2 pipes and a conduit, and then they'd make it sort of like a fence and they'd do it. So we was playing bumper cars, and I got knocked over one of them fences and fell into the sticker bush. Remember when people had them red bushes? Like they had the red leaves or red or purple, and they had thorns and man. And I got this scar underneath my eye and scratched and pulled it out. And they had to prick it out. Man, you ever seen a kid have an accident and you ain't know how they was? How many life-threatening accidents do you think you had where you was like, I don't know if I should have made this?
A lot.
Like, you ever been in some... How many times have you had a near-death experience when you was like,
when you seen the light?
You was like, right, I could have... Oh, nothing but the grace of God.
Do y'all take y'all kids to the doctor for stuff?
Huh?
Like, or do they got to be on a, I ain't gonna say deathbeds, but like, if y'all kids say, "Ooh, I hurt my wrist or I hurt something," do y'all take them to the doctor or y'all make them drink Sprite and lay down?
Movie.
I'm like, shake it. Do this.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, man.
Right. Go right. Yeah, your junk got the. Hey, man, I'll be thinking like, you ever wonder if you ever broke a bone and never told nobody or something?
No, really, for real. A lot of us be having those types of issues and stuff we should have went and got physical therapy for.
Man, Charlie, I'm gonna just tell you, greatest. All right, you ever had to go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
You have, for hurt, for being hurt.
In my older life, when I was a kid, anybody going to no doctor, Maze?
Right, you bust your head ginger. All right, it's ginger ale. What's
ginger ale.
Your best home remedy besides Robitussin? What your parents do? A hot toddy?
Oh, a whiskey and honey. That was so good. I think I feel sick right now, so I can go get me some.
You said a whiskey and honey?
I feel like I've been drinking since I was little. Whiskey and honey. Never had whiskey and honey.
You make your hot toddies, man. You didn't put liquor in it?
I mean, I think they did. That's why I was like, boy, I feel better after this. They said it's going to sweat you out. I'm like, this don't taste good.
Like, oh, I feel sick, Grandma.
Come here, baby. Lay that.
You know I wasn't sick. I wanted some whiskey and honey.
Oh, no. What's your best home remedy? What's the best thing your mama ever did?
That one right there.
Which one? Sit on the toilet?
Janessa said, sit on. You got to... Black people, they come up with some stuff. They come up with some stuff.
Oh, God. Go sit on the toilet. Yeah, What's goose grease? What was your mom's best home remedy?
Sweet oil for your ear.
Sweet oil? I heard about that.
Heat it up on a spoon. Put it in your ear with a cotton ball.
I used to always be like, who are the kids with the cotton balls in their ears?
And their mama probably put sweet oil in their ear.
Did you ever have to take cod liver oil?
You know what? No.
Castor oil?
I remember doing that for I remember that. That was more like for, if you had constipation or something.
I was just talking to our brother Sadiq the other day. And we were talking about all of the things that when we were kids, you would have never believed that are now the natural home remedies. Remember how I remember if somebody would have told you take some natural herbs and something to fix yourself back in the day, you'd be like, if you don't get up out of here with that, give me some medicine.
I feel like
that's because you was from the country.
Oh,
y'all was in the country doing the black people remedies.
Man, I got some remedies. Stuff that I learned that I didn't even think I retained until you need something and you you know what? Let me actually grow this aloe vera plant and use it on everything. Everything. Man, we used aloe vera plant for everything.
Did you ever have to drink aloe vera juice? Yes. That was the worst.
It fresh or from the stove?
Fresh. How you make fresh aloe vera juice? You squeeze it? How you get that?
Yeah, people make their own aloe vera juice.
What they do? Put it in the blender?
I've seen people freeze it. That's a thing.
Father John. Somebody said
that. Father, that's the most disgusting.
It does the black syrupy stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I think I liked Father John.
Oh my goodness.
I think I didn't. Now, what I couldn't stand was Dr. Tishner's. Did you ever have to take Dr. Tishner's? That was our home remedy.
Yes.
Boy, and if they didn't put no water,
oh my God,
in it, boy, your tongue was burnt. You ever had Dr. Tishner's?
Oh my
Riis?
God.
Never.
Oh, Riis, you're missing out.
Oh my God.
Dr. Tishner's, boy. That Dr. Tishner's would be he say, gargle some of this. Did you ever have to get your hair combed? Like with a comb? Like, did your old man ever comb your hair? Like my old man used to comb my hair with a metal comb. And he'd be like, if you don't get the kinks out, I'm going straight through.
You ever had a hot comb in your head?
Yeah, you ain't see the picture? Mm-mm. Y'all ain't see the picture when I had my blowout? Well, not my blowout, but when I had my press and curl? Oh, you ain't see it? Ruth, you ain't never. You know I had butters. I had it parted and feathered.
It was the Vampire in Brooklyn style.
Nah, it was the
Good one, Riis.
I didn't even see Vampire in Brooklyn Riis.
He like the Al Sharpton a little bit.
It was Al Sharpton-ish.
Okay.
Sort of Snoopish, right? Yeah, I had back in the day. You know, I used to have a straight comb, press my hair, had a little feather to it.
A straight comb, the one you put on the stove, or like an electric one?
Nah, comb. Put it on the stove. Little blue grease.
That's kind of like torturous. And you better not. Don't flinch away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Burn your head. Did your mama ever lick a napkin and wipe the spit out y'all? That was what grandmamas and them did. That I used to be.
No, she didn't use a napkin. She used her hand.
You know what the worst thing I told you? My when I first got when I was a little kid, I wanted a handkerchief so bad. Cause you know when I was going to church, the deacons would have their handkerchiefs, and you know the preacher would pat his head with, you know how the black preacher have a handkerchief when he preaching, and he'll be waving it, but he would use it to pat his head. So I begged my mama to get me some handkerchiefs. So she got me a 3-pack. I was fired up, and then I remember I went to church and I sneezed, and she tried to make me wipe my nose with my handkerchief.
Oh,
I was like, that's not what it's for. It's for wiping your sweat.
Oh,
and they had to tell me that a handkerchief was wiping your nose. So then when they finally convinced me to wipe my nose when I started sweating, they tried to tell me to wipe my forehead. I was like, with the booger rag?
With the booger rag.
I don't remember not the booger rag. Yeah, y'all, it's been a good day. I was feeling a certain way today. And I just wanted to lighten it up. So anybody who got the best scar? We ain't getting nobody calls and tell us about their scars. Y'all scared? That's like because y'all bust y'all head.
Because Maze, some people's scars you can't see. It's true. Some trauma you can't see.
Don't be coming on that sensitivity.
Some all scars you can't see, and some people might be. Some scars are like related to traumatic experiences too, Maze.
Oh, I remember. Your mama ever give you a welt from? You ever get whooping welts? You ever had a welt from a whooping? Now,
thankfully, no, Maze.
I did. Ooh.
I bet you did. You probably know the date, the time, and the place, and exactly what happened. That's called trauma. Post-traumatic stress.
No, I ain't stressed. I got my cousin be kicking me and my cousin. My cousin has become the best stress reliever ever.
That's that anxiety. So that's that post-traumatic.
That's why everybody got issues and they be needing substances because of these traumatic childhoods.
That's not me. That's my cousin. I'm straight. My cousin be over there talking about some. Is that sativa? Is that That's not me. That's my cousin. You never got a whooping?
I remember everyone I got. That's why I'm trying to tell you it's traumatic.
Pliers, Sadiq. I only used the pliers on dude once. I mean, he got over it. It's like, yeah, it's okay. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie Moore.
Stop whooping y'all kids.
No, don't say that. No.
Ruthie, I don't think that's cool. I think they need a swat.
No, stop whooping y'all kids.
Let me tell y'all, 3 strokes with the paddle, whack up, whack up, whack up. I'm gonna tell you, you ain't got it. Now, this is what I do gotta say. You can't be beating your kids with the helicopter style. I used to get helicopter whoopings. You know what a helicopter whooping is? When they grab your hand and they whoop you around in a circle because you running around. I used to get them. But you should get, if your kid, they need to know. Like, you ever got swatted and you be like, hey,
that was unnecessary.
No, you be like, is that the necessary consequence? That happened again? I ain't whoop mine either.
Yeah. It's not okay.
It is.
I'm coming off the top rope. I'm jumping on your dresser. Okay,
No, Riis.
I'm whooping them. Okay.
For what would constitute one of your kids getting a whooping? Like for what? Give me an example. Like what was something that you finna get a whooping for?
Stealing.
Okay.
Depending on what lie it is.
So mostly like stealing in line.
If I caught you doing some unnecessary stuff in my house, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Oh, you get a whooping for that? I'm like, go get him, son.
No, you get a talk, but you definitely. But like I mean, like I really didn't whoop my son past like 12, but before though, he definitely got the paddle.
I'm gonna tell you what, I do think that the paddle, out of all the whipping tools that I've seen, is probably the most. See, you done seen Hot Wheel tracks, extension cords, belts, everything. I'm saying slippers. I'm saying the most respectable whooping you can get is the paddle. Straight to the butt. Hit that padding. And that paddle was straight. No, I'm just telling you. The paddle, the first time you get the right, that first one, because you be like, it's my butt. Remember, I used to be like, oh, hit me on the butt, because them straps across the back would be like, that ain't no good. Then that first time that would hit your tail, the first one, you be like, was that real?
Did you get a talking to?
The second one, oh yeah, you get a talking to. And can I tell you though, I do agree though that when they said to parents, it's the hardest thing I ever had to do. Like when after I swatted him, he looked at me, I felt like I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's the Maze Jackson Show, y'all. A race contract, man, a race contract that's like a whip, because it got that flexibility. What's the best whooping tool ever?
Nothing.
Fly swatter. My mama.
My God.
Oh, a fly swatter gotta hurt, because it got the whoopsh.
True story. My mama. So we had lived. This was before. This was like our second house, and we had like roaches. So I used to do something from school every day. I got a whooping. But I was bad. I used to do something, and this day I came home prepared for my everyday whooping. But today she didn't. So I was watching her. The roaches would like climb on the wall. Any little roach she wouldn't kill, but the big pregnant ones she'd kill, and then she didn't wipe it off. She had about 6. My mama whooped the hell out of me with I'm for real. I don't think I did nothing for like the next 3 years.
That sounds traumatic.
It's all right, man. It build character.
No, that's a bad cycle.
I'm good.
A whooping cycle. You knew you.
Hey Ruthie, I'm sorry. I was on a whooping cycle too.
Like y'all just knew y'all was gonna go home and get a
It was like,
go talk in the corner. What
it got to a point where it'd be like, you know you're gonna jack it up today.
Did that deter y'all behavior though?
Not not really.
So how effective was the whooping?
It was. I just tried to maneuver it and do it different ways.
You just gonna find a way not to get a whooping. You're gonna be more sneaky.
But through life though, it did help me. Like it did.
How, Riis?
As I got older, and maybe not then, but as I got older, I learned.
You learned what?
Consequences. Yeah. I learned consequences because in the real world, when I do something, ain't nobody gonna talk to me. That's really to me what I see like a whooping is. I'm punishing you with like a whooping. In real life, when you do something that you're gonna be doing in jail,
or
and then they gonna put you in not them corners that you used to put your kids in. Oh no, I got a nice cell for you to sit in all 4 of them corners.
Riis mama been before you go to jail, I'm gonna take you. I'll kill you before I let you go to jail. Hey man, some of these kids need a whooping. Not a whipping, a whooping. See, there's a difference between a whipping and a whooping, like a Negro there's a difference. And I think whippings are what was passed down. Whoopings, I think they have a space. Like I feel like when you swat a kid on the pamper and they don't feel it, but they hear it, they be like, I got your attention. All right, y'all. Listen, Ruthie. You probably needed a whooping or two. That's why you be around here talking crazy all the time.
Like 3 of them. He said, I can remember each one. What? All 3 of them?
She like 1.
About a good 5. I'm trying to tell you, it's not effective. I mean, maybe it might work for some young people, but for the other ones, no.
For men, it's gotta be. I think men. A man is unless you growing not like young bulls. They gonna bump into the walls, and you gotta keep on pushing.
It's okay to redirect, tap them, but
why only 5 whoopings though?
Because she thought she was everybody's mama. That's why.
No, you just
change it. Then
no, you just find ways not to get a whooping, which is generally you just get more sneaky so you don't get caught. Whoopings don't deter behavior; they just help you not get caught.
I don't know. It's some things that I'd be like, you know what?
You was in a cycle of whoopings.
I ain't gonna do that today.
You was in a cycle of
I
whoopings.
had too many whoopings.
How
already.
effective was a whooping if you was in a cycle of
It
like,
was
I'm gonna get a
good, I'm
whooping?
telling
You
you
weren't
to-
even scared of getting no whooping no more.
I was. I just stopped. Like, not every day. I'm like, you know what? God, I know I'm gonna get whooped for this. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. But then there's some things like, man, it's pretty cool, man. You know, I'm gonna do it, but I know I'm gonna get a whooping for it. You know. So yeah, but it was effective though. It definitely was effective. It definitely was effective.
Reese, I don't think anybody has gotten over the pregnant roaches yet.
Man, she
Like,
whooped me with that, man.
wait, how you knew what the roach was pregnant?
Yeah, man.
You know what, man?
She hit it.
And it
Damn.
splat.
Because they had them little eggs in
The
it.
little eggs at like the little back of it. Yeah.
You ain't had roaches?
He live in Bolingbrook. Man, come on, man.
You never seen a roach?
Not a pregnant one. And I wouldn't have known it. And it's like, people. So here's the thing. And it's a really peculiar thing for me because I had a lot of friends who, I'm not going to say I never saw a roach. I had a lot of friends who had roaches. I just avoided kind of like, I wouldn't, like if I knew you had roaches, I wasn't eating. Like,
all right, so let me say this. If you know what a pregnant roach look like, you probably...
With that egg hang out the back.
If you know what a pregnant roach look like, then you probably had a certain type of way growing up.
But you knew, you could tell it's pregnant?
Yes, it had like they have little sacks on them.
Yeah, like an egg is coming out the back of it. Like you can.
I can't believe you ain't never seen no pregnant roach. That's funny, Reese.
Bowling, bro.
Well, see, those are like the things that it's those types of like experiences that
I was just getting ready to tell you, and you know what's so crazy is I was gonna show y'all this morning that when I came in, I saw a cicada. I saw cicadas growing up. Right? Like that I saw a lot of. I saw water bugs and roly-polies and, like, and earthworms and, and like water bugs, but like, no.
These culture insects he got. We saw
We
roaches.
had honeybees.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bumblebees. Look, we saw roaches.
Look, y'all, first of all, I don't appreciate y'all questioning my blackness because
I
don't know what a pregnant roach is. I apologize. But yes, no. I'm sorry. And I'm not even saying it in a foul way. No,
it's okay, Maze. Everybody don't know what pregnant roaches look like. But if you do,
then if you knew how the pregnant roach was, then when
you had it's a certain club you in. You in the pregnant roach club.
Y'all got jackets?
Yeah.
Y'all got, okay.
Called the roach baby mamas.
You gotta, shake your shoes out before you go.
Oh,
zip
my
your
goodness.
Book bag up. Don't leave your book bag on the floor.
Oh, my goodness. You better say it, Reese.
I'm trying to tell you, zip your book bag up at night before you leave. Shake it on now because, man, you don't want to
What would happen if one came out at school or something?
That's why you shaking everything out before you go there. That's what I'm telling you. Hit your shoe, hit the thump, thump, thump on the ground. Make sure ain't nothing in there. My last one, and then I had a flute.
No!
I had a flute.
You lying. You making this up. This is a week. This ain't Wednesday, dog. Here goes the tall tales.
I put the flute in my mouth, and when I went to inhale to blow, the roach went in my mouth. I was done. I never in my life played the flute again.
Reese, you made that up.
Reese,
you made that up. You made that up.
On my kids. I'm not lying to you. On my
It went down your throat?
No, it went in my mouth, and I spit it out. I never played an instrument again that involved my mouth again.
You know what? I'm with you though, Reese. It's kind of like pouring your cereal out.
Yeah.
Wait.
Cereal and the roach got in your cereal. Oh,
yes, that's a pretty.
Wait. So did you throw the box away or did you eat?
No, you better pick that box away. No, I threw the box. So when you do your cereal,
what about the eggs? What if it was a pregnant roach?
Right, so
oh my God! No.
Roll up the bag of cereal. You roll it up and you put the rubber band on it. You don't just close it up. You gotta roll it up.
Got to, but sometimes they find a way though.
Tight, yeah,
can't leave nothing out.
Nothing out, man. You ain't never
pregnant roaches, boy.
I mean that Maze on know how you turn the light off at nighttime, and when you flick that light,
you already know
it's like Lollapalooza. Let's get up out of here. Yeah, let's get up.
Wait, okay, let me ask a question. Roachapaloozas. Let me ask y'all a question.
Don't ask too many questions now. Did supposed to be in the show?
Did y'all wait? Okay. Did y'all have? Did people spend the night? Did you ever have people spend the night?
Your cousins, you know what I'm saying?
They know what
your
it
cousins
is.
They was down
They
bad
had them themselves. What you talking about?
But you know what though? The worst
That gave you
part-
some damn character.
Hey, the worst part is when you got somebody over that don't know and you just praying like, roaches, listen, not today. And then on roaches on the wall behind them, he just looking like, woo. I'm done.
So did y'all buy Raid? Like, did you buy?
He tried to do everything. He tried to do the bomb.
Could you stop him? Like
boric acid, everything.
After you bomb them, they just came back with a Delta variant.
Man, roaches are like survivalists.
If
anybody out there can relate to what me and Riis is talking about, it's okay. You ain't got to chime in, but just know these are the types of experiences that bond black people together when you find these
y'all feel
commonalities.
left out.
You ain't missing nothing, Maze.
I feel like y'all.
Maze, all you're missing is this sound.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Did they? How big did they get?
Oh my
Did
God,
they
the
crunch?
pregnant ones was huge.
And when you stepped on the pregnant, it was like, ooh, juicy. You could see it, yeah, man. Yeah.
Man.
Hey y'all.
You gotta keep that's when black people keep stuff in the refrigerator.
Everything in the refrigerator.
Put your bread in the refrigerator.
Is that what? You know what?
If you ever went to somebody's house and their bread was in the refrigerator, you better know it.
Trying to put you on game.
Okay. What? Okay, we gonna stop it a minute.
Come on, because you know the.
I just gotta ask y'all. So, what are the telltale signs that somebody got roaches? If you don't know, like if you walked in the house, you didn't see them, how would you know that they got roaches?
Well, you gotta know what the eggs look like. That's one.
And look for the little. Sometimes people try to have them little roach things that you put like on the ground.
Oh yeah, them little roach motel things.
Roach motel things. You know what I'm saying?
You can if you see like boric acid around, looks like a little powder.
Like a little powder, so they can eat it and like die, like around the edges of the like the borders.
If they put a lot of their stuff in the refrigerator, look, somebody said Junior said cigarettes in the refrigerator. If they put everything in the refrigerator, Maze, they probably got roaches. Yeah. Or if they only let you come over during the daytime, and then before you come over, they make a lot of noise.
Yeah, and it's clean. What? You can only go in that room, right? Just I got everything. I got it. It's okay, man. You know, you're a guest.
Let me ask another question. Has roaches have they ever impacted your ability to meet new people? Like, have you ever been in a situation where you had roaches and you were meeting a new person?
No.
We talking about in our childhood.
No, like I just believe like anybody
you had
that
roaches
usually
in your adult life too?
No, I never. Like I lost roaches at like 14. Like
yeah, so it was kids.
Yeah, but no, like
you know the new thing is bed bugs.
Yeah,
I take a roach over a bed bug any day.
Any day.
You ever had bed bugs?
What? No, I didn't damn bed bugs. Where you get them? Let me tell you, when I go to the hotel, I be straight up like take the sheets off and do roaches have a smell?
No, that raid that you spray all the time.
God.
But that's what you smell. You smell like raid in somebody's house.
Ooh, somebody in here got roaches.
Somebody, no, it is. You know that smell too, Ruthie. Oh, that's raid.
I know raid.
Oh, that's raid.
Listen.
That's for ants. Oh yeah, if they got raid, it's for ants.
I got ant. No, I get the ant things.
Yes, but it's like, but yeah. So.
Oh, the ant roach spray. So is that the disguise?
That's the disguise right there. Let you know. Oh, this for ants. It's like it's December. You got ants in December.
Hey, I'm telling you, if they got their cereal in the refrigerator.
You can't put your cereal in the refrigerator.
You put everything in the refrigerator.
I'm telling you can't leave nothing out, man.
Do they eat stuff?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
yes.
Eat everything, man.
And they breed and don't have no water. They love water. So if you got a leaky sink,
they're gonna be right around there.
They're gonna be.
I can't believe you ain't had no cousins that had. You ain't had.
He flies. He front his move. He front his move.
I would tell you that I do not have a cousin that I know that. No, I don't. Like real talk. I mean, now they might have had like field mice because they live in the country, right? But like I don't ever recall. Like I recall maybe going to some places where people, and I was like, that don't look like a water beetle. But no.
No, man, we didn't have
roaches or mice, what's worse?
Oh.
Did you ever have mice? I did have mice in our office, and we moved. We was like, oh no, like no, oh 50. Oh no. We had all
We had
this.
mice and we went to the store to get that catcher. What's wrong with you?
Hello.
To get what?
The little mousetrap catcher.
Who emptying that? Oh no,
The
dog.
man of the house.
Oh no, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, just caught it. Yeah. Look at that man. Said we
Nah, dog. We moved. Let me tell you.
Give me the roach.
Let me tell you, Tennille,
For sure.
we had an office that had mice, and like we literally within a month of finding the mice, like couldn't stop it. We was like, we up out of here. We like emptied the whole joint, sold the crib, and was out. Right. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this other one. We lived on 45th. 45th. We had moved into a duplex when me and Carrie first got married. We had just left. We was like, we gonna live in Bronzeville. We gonna be with the people, right? We gonna leave our University Commons crib and come on over, and we had a nice place. And I remember one day, so in the basement, I used to watch TV in the basement and chill out. And I was laying in my chair, and I saw something move. And I was like, so I tried to, pretend like,
I'm just saying stuff.
Hey, Joe.
See it again.
I hear scream. It's Carrie. In our bedroom, there's a mouse that has run underneath our bed. Now, I understand that I'm never, ever, ever going to get a night of sleep if I don't catch this mouse. So now me and the mouse are doing battle underneath the bed that I can't get to him at. And I chase him to this back corner, and I can't get him because it's so far back and the bed is too heavy. So I try to stick a vacuum back there to suck him in the vacuum. He can't go. So he jets out, he comes around the back of the bed, and he runs around the edge of the wall. So I learned that the mice run along the edges of the wall. So I ran him into the bathroom, and it's just me and him in the bathroom. Okay. Between me, him in the bathroom, and the door, now I'm thinking, okay, if I don't catch this mouse, if he gets out of here and Carrie sees it, because I was going to try and lie and be like, oh, I got him. But she was like, it was just, so I had to come out with his head. So the mouse is in the corner of the bathroom, and he's looking, I'm looking, he's looking. And all I got is a garbage can. So the mouse looks at me, and he takes a jet, like a diagonal jet, around the floor to go to the corner because he sees the light he tries to get. And I slam down on him, and I catch him in between. So, like, his head is underneath the garbage can, and his tail and everything is out. So it's like, and then I have to jump on the garbage can to crush him. Because I was like, if I don't take this mouse out of here and Carrie don't see a body, we're going to have to move tonight. So I had the mouse, and I got it, and it was the only time it was like 3 weeks later, I called our guy who we were renting from, and I said, we're moving tomorrow. And he was like, wait, you move? I was like, I'm going to pay you the 3 more months rent, but we up out of here. We can't do the mice. I can't do the mice. I can't do it. I just, no. Sorry, y'all. Mice are scary. I'd be like, mice, can they bite you?
Yeah,
they got teeth.
That's what they think. Yeah, like they
bite people?
Why not?
Rabies.
What? See?
7 shots.
Oh, in the stomach. What about the do roaches bite people? What do they do to people?
I don't know.
Remember,
They're
baby,
just annoying.
Are they dirty?
Yeah.
They cause asthma. Their droppings in their skin, they shed.
Okay, I'm done. This was an interesting conversation. Way to close. 17 minutes late. Ruthie is now getting ready to curse me out.
Nobody snitch on me.
Hey, y'all better not say nothing else. We gonna come to see you. Oh yeah, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, for my co-host Ruthie Moore and my man DJ Riis the Ruler. I am the host, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, get you some raid. No, if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired.